Hello,
right.
hello. All right. Hello, everybody. Our first session with Quest of Queens.
Woohoo.
Welcome. This is going to be D&D actual play. It's going to be us four, well, five lovely individuals trying to make peace in a chaotic realm after a cataclysm, an accident that smashed all of the realms together, and now are meant to coexist. And our heroes are doing their best to try and bring order to the chaos with spells, strategy, and plenty of laughs along the way. Um, we're going to go ahead and let everybody introduce their characters, and then I'll come back on here and give you a little rundown on where we are. Who would like to go first?
Do we want to go in order that we have it
Sure.
In the which order?
in
On
our chat?
screen.
Oh,
So
sure.
Let's go
Amelia
in
will go
screen order.
first.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's me. Hi. I'm Lexi, and I play Amelia. She is a cleric for the goddess of love, Celia, but was originally given to the temple of Retris, the goddess of the moon. She is outspoken and is a protector of those she loves. Amelia is definitely still trying to find her place in the world, but she's getting closer.
I am Loran, and I play Callie. She is an artificer who was orphaned at a really young age, who was raised by the royal artificer. She's shy and quiet, but finding her voice. She's smarter than she seems, and she's learning to love exploring the world outside of her workshop with her found family.
Hi, I'm Morgan. I play Sarah. She is a Beastmaster Ranger who has recently discovered that she has magical bloodlines. She's a former royal guard who kind of is just one of the guys, but now she's kind of discovering what it's like to play politics, and it's a lot harder than she thought.
And hi, I'm Jordan. I play Ophame, a shadow monk rogue who grew up in an assassin's cult. She may be quiet, but she isn't afraid to speak her mind and is just trying to figure out where she belongs and make sense of a world she's only just beginning to understand.
Okay. Those are all of our lovely characters. And I am your DM, Mars or Kai, whichever one they refer to me as. I'll be several different characters, but I'll be sure to introduce who I am speaking as I'm speaking as them as it comes up. Um, but yeah, so today's session, we're going to be continuing on. Our ladies have been on the road, basically chasing uh, an enemy war faction from the kingdom of Sarlona. They are leaving a different kingdom at this time, and with them is some of their friends who we'll go into as we come up with them. How they got to this point? Good question. A lot, but the long and short is they are kind of a diplomatic group, talking between different kingdoms and helping them, and in doing so, they're trying to prevent a war with a friend of theirs' kingdom, and they've made allies with people who are refugees from Sarlona, basically. So that's where we're gonna start off. The setting is they are kind of in a field, basically. They're actually in travel right now to Sarlona. They're probably a few days out from the outskirts of the city, the city proper. So they're camped out right now with a portion of the war band, and yeah, they're waking up right now from in their like little Lehman's tiny hut, which is their camp in the middle of all of these soldiers. And they were told the night before that they would be planning in the morning as they are drawing closer to this enemy nation. All right, ladies. What do you want to do this morning?
Um, I feel like Amelia would probably um get up and um try and see who else is like stirring and that sort of stuff to make sure that they're all where they need to be. I also know that we were waiting for Marion, correct? Is she back
Yes.
by now?
It is probably first light right now, so most of the soldiers are also breaking camp, getting everything packed away on their horses and everything. And at this time, Hane and Mariana are both emerging from the commander's tent, which is like a large, like navy colored tent that is in pretty much the middle of all of these different pockets of soldiers who like camp together. So they're merging.
How do they look?
Yeah,
How
what
are
do
they
they- what do they look
presenting?
like?
What do they present?
Well,
Are they disheveled?
Mhm.
Marion looks about how she always looks. The main thing you notice as she emerges from the tent is that she put her gloves on last. And Hane, for the most part, has less of her armor on as usual. That's the main thing you noticed.
Mhm.
Her braid is not as pristine as it usually is. Other than that, they look pretty okay.
Interesting.
They're looking for you. They're
Does
looking. It seems like they're
anyone
both looking around. What's up?
like? I was gonna say, do people notice that they're exiting the tent together in the morning?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Can all of us make a perception?
If you want, you make a perception to see the general vibe
hell
of the
yeah.
soldiers around here. Go for it.
Mm.
She said,
12.
12. Was everyone doing a
Oh,
perception check?
cool! I have
Yeah, I'm gonna do
plus
it.
12, so that's an 18.
My
Okay.
jeez. Okay.
That's a
12.
nat 20, bro. For something that I probably barely have to look at, but let's do it.
You're wasting your nat 20 on that. Okay, so we have an 18, we have a nat 20 of 12. Morgan?
15.
15. Okay.
God damn it.
So unfortunately, everyone but Callie, because Callie, you look around and everyone seems to be milling about normally. You can't see anything particularly different about this. For everyone else, well, actually, for Ophame and Sarah, you notice there's like some furtive glances, but most of they don't say anything about it. There's no real whispers or anything like that. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of gossip, but they definitely notice.
There's just like a quick second glance, like, oh,
Yeah.
all right.
So Amelia, what you notice that definitely the furtive glances and people who are taking notice, but there are a few who don't seem pleased, but they are not in a position to say anything about it. That's pretty much it.
Are any of those people relatively close by?
They're dispersed around. You could approach one if you want, but they are dispersed around. Probably a handful.
Amelia's gonna walk up to Hane and Marion and be like, do we want to have the meeting in your tent?
Hane looks over you guys and she nods. Says, yeah, that'd be a better idea. The map is inside as well. Come in.
Great. I will be there in a second. I'm gonna make sure that we have everybody together.
All right, when you're ready.
And then Amelia's gonna strut up to like the closest person who was giving a figurative glance and be like, do we have a problem?
Do we?
I don't know. Do we?
I don't know.
Potentially. Her voice in the chat broke out. Kai, if you're speaking, we can't hear you. Well,
Did your mic break?
Can you hear me now?
there we
Yes.
go. She's back.
There we are.
What was the last thing you heard from me?
Uh,
Nothing.
Basically, she
No.
walked up and was like, Do we have a problem?
Okay. I said the man you approached, he looks like an older gentleman, probably on the end of his years of military service. He looks you up and down, says, "Do I know you?"
No, but you do know your queen, and you do know your commander.
You mean the princess?
Well, yes, sure.
Same difference.
He doesn't laugh. I laughed. He says, "My opinions are my own." Payne says that is fine. So I'll
My face
continue
says
to do that.
otherwise.
You're entitled to them, but perhaps we should keep them off of our faces?
He kind of just huffs and turns around and goes back to packing up camp. A couple of the other soldiers that are around him kind of like look at this interaction and are looking like, oh, but don't say anything in particular. They just continue to move on.
Um, Amelia kind of clocks what he looks like, and then she goes back to the tent.
Okay.
But before she goes in, she's gonna turn and she's gonna be like, ladies, and the biggest lady of us all, Cal, if you could come.
If Cal could become a physical eye roll, he does in that moment.
Would
Okay. Do you guys all get together? Does anything else you want to do before you head to discussions?
No.
Sarah's gonna try and find some form of like meat or something that someone has been cooking or left
Okay.
out by accident.
It wouldn't be hard to see. There are several small camps where the soldiers were, and there's only a few where but they haven't packed up their roasting spit yet. So you can see at least
Will
one,
she
probably
snag someone's
up to 10
breakfast?
feeling. Okay. You're gonna trying to steal someone's breakfast, or you're just gonna walk up and take it normally?
Walk
I
up
feel
and
like
take
it's
it normally.
yeah.
Okay.
You're like, this is mine now, thanks.
So you walk up to a small group, where you can tell these are some younger soldiers. One of them sees you doing this and says, "Hey, that's mine!"
And
He seems a little nervous, but he tries to like puff out his chest. You can't take that. We don't have that many rations.
I'll find you another one.
He deflates a little bit and turns around and says, "Okay."
She's gonna send Rhea off to go find like a bird or something.
Okay. So you send
Some
Rhea
sort
off.
of some sort of small game that they would be okay with eating.
Rhea is more than happy to go and kill something.
Our sweet baby.
She's more than happy to do so. Okay. Did you want Ophme to do something, or was Sarah done? Was she going towards the tent?
I was gonna say, I think Ophame is just good. Like she's just following as well.
Okay.
All right. So the lot of you go into the large tent as everyone mills around you. Once you are inside, those of you who did not see the inside of the commander's tent beforehand, it is fairly sparse. There's a small like bedding area, but the most thing that it takes up is this large collapsible like wooden table, and on it is a map. And when you look at this map, it looks to be a map of Atlas, where you just came from, the wilds that border Atlas, and to the other side where it's bordered by a string of mountains. Where you are right now is a stretch of plains, and there's a small pass on its way to the outer skirts of Sarlona as you look upon this. Hayne is on the other side of this table, looking at it. There are a few markers that she's put. Marianne's to the side of the table, and they both immediately look up as you walk inside.
So, do we have
Oh,
any
you two
ideas?
look well rested.
Oh. Okay, so
Calling
we're
it
going that route.
out.
Okay.
What? I want you to do perception again
Oh
All of us?
god.
for this, because it's going to be a bit harder to notice.
All of
All of
us?
us?
Okay,
Well, all if you want to. She asked
Yeah.
first.
that's a 30.
Okay.
Okay.
God.
All right, Miss Ma'am. You can see their past, present, and future.
Okay,
I
Miss
guess.
Rogue.
I
Okay.
ain't seeing nothing.
What else get?
An
11.
8.
An 8. Okay.
Amelia is not looking. She came in and started looking at the map.
Okay. She went really to the map. What is
I
Sarah?
am minding
Sarah
my own
looking?
business.
11.
11. Okay. Unfortunately, Ofame is the only one who notices this. Marianne looks brighter. She looks pretty happy. But more than that, Hayne looks a little drained, a
Oh.
little tired, a little more tired than normal. Slightly pale.
I'm assuming
Wait.
Sarah doesn't notice, but does Ofame notice it looks kind of like
Disheveled in here.
See,
Notice
the thing
blood
is,
loss? What are you asking?
Wait, what is Sarah looking for?
does
Yeah.
it look like blood loss?
Well, you didn't notice this,
Yeah, I know.
so it's up to Ofame. What Ofame wants to do with this information.
Ofme is probably just assuming it's something sexual. She doesn't quite.
Okay.
She's like, oh, it's just a kink. I'm sure.
Oh my god.
Sure.
Good
She just
for
writes it
them.
off. You know what? Good for them. Not here to
It's
yuck
like,
anybody's
pop
name.
off.
Boom.
Yes.
Ofme's just like, okay, all right.
As you should. Yeah.
Pop off, queen. All right. All right. So you all go in.
Mhm.
Callie and Sarah come in with squinty eyes, being suspicious, but get nothing from that. And you guys go into tent. Hayne nods at you as you come in. Says, okay, good. The current plan is to go through this pass, and she points to the map, and it is on the map looks like a narrow pass where you don't necessarily have to climb the mountains to get to the other side here. This is it's not as treacherous as usual this time of year, so that is good. Though once we are on the other side, we'll be enemy territory, so we need to be on our guard.
Enemy is in Sarlona.
Yes. As in, there may be scouts, soldiers looking for us.
Ugh, is it going to be cold?
Yes.
We are going to Sarlona.
We're
Okay,
going further
You're
north.
acting as if I've
with every
been
step,
to
Marianne.
Sarlona.
No, but we're going to the north. I don't know what else you would expect.
Oh, do you have more furs and other ways to stay warm? I hate the cold.
I mean, I have firebolt.
That's unhelpful because it would consume me. So
You would be warm.
thank you because I would be on fire.
Callie's gonna like pull out her notebook and write down a little note, like, make a warmer for Amelia.
Aw.
God, imagine like a warm cloak.
You could
It's like
snuggle
self-
with Cal.
Like a
Well,
self-heating
Cal
cloak.
looks
Yeah.
over and he's like, well, I can keep you warm.
You can fuck off, is what you can do. Thank
He's
you.
talking to Sarah.
Oh, thank God.
If she does say that, he'd be like, what the fuck? Instantly, why are you responding to me?
She's the one who
What the
said she
hell?
was cold.
No, he looked over to Sarah and said this.
Oh, thank God.
I think it's comical if Melia just responds anyway.
I think
Amelia's
since
not paying
Amelia's
attention to
not
who he's
okay,
saying
I
it
think
to.
since Amelia's not looking at him, she'll
Mhm.
assume
Yeah.
that he might be saying something, and she's like, no, you can fuck off. That's disgusting.
I am very surely not talking to you.
Thank the gods.
I am very surely taking you up on that offer.
Okay, can we talk about this war strategy and shit?
Could we possibly send scouts ahead of us to scout out their scouts?
Scouting out the scouts.
Yeah.
I
Gotta
like it.
scout the scouts, you know?
Marianne speaks
Was-
up. We could, though those of us who are best at surviving the harsher conditions we've sent ahead, I can. And she like you see her close her eyes and like hate to say the next thing. I'm sure Cal would be of use in this area as well.
Cal,
I mean,
are you well enough?
it's
I'm
been like
fine.
a week.
You've been riding a horse. I don't know how
Tis
more
true.
He
how
rolls his
much more
eyes.
healing you need.
Riding a horse because some individuals
Because
prefer it if I'm on the ground.
oh, so Sarah calls your shots now.
I want you to stop talking. And he smiles like
Elfmaid just like puts their hands up and like backs up like, okay, all right, all right.
it's like I'll leave it. I'll leave it.
She made
Callie's
her point.
eyebrows are at her hairline.
I didn't know you became a little bitch. I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
Yeah. She doesn't need to stay warm in a moderate climate.
But I get lonely.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Don't we
Okay.
all?
Look, I'll help scout and I'll come back during the nights. How about that? What suffice? That's good enough. Hain, who seemed annoyed with the entirety of this whole interaction, says, "That's fine. All right."
She's not used to our bullshit yet.
She
She's
isn't.
not.
Jane doesn't have the mental fortitude to put up with us.
She's like, what in the world did I get into?
She is running on fumes.
Who are these human people?
She's like, Marianne, who are these people? He's like, they're my friends. Really?
Are they?
Are we?
Are they?
Really?
Why? I'm kidding.
And you're sure about that?
All right.
We're her only choice at the moment.
Well, she doesn't have many friends, to be fair.
Yeah, also
We
true.
have Anna and the walls.
Yep.
She's like,
Oh.
well, it's Anna and them, and Anna kind of had to kick me out, so
And it was valid,
Mm.
but still. All right. So, Francis, all right. We'll scout ahead. I'll scout a little bit further. Cal says, "What, you want to be buddies?" And she looks at him with the most withering look you've ever seen and leaves the tent.
Amazing.
Mm.
So that went well.
Sure.
Mm.
So our only plan right now is just to scout.
Scout the scouts.
Okay.
so where exactly are all of the ones who need extra substance to keep them going? They all left ahead of us.
Mhm.
Hain seems unfazed by your wording and
Where-
strangeness, and she's just, they should be in the city proper by now. We told them about the underground tunnels. Hopefully, they made it within the castle, but we don't have a way of knowing quite yet.
Wait, is that our objective? Is to go into the castle?
Loosely, you haven't really made a plan for what you want to do when you get there yet.
Yeah, we haven't
So
done
when
Kind of
shit.
point.
Okay, so
We've only
when
scouted
we-
scouts.
Once the scouts return,
Yeah.
regardless of what they say, we still need to go this way. So
We might as
As-
well start.
on the other side of the pass, and or when we get to the city or outskirts, what is the plan from there?
Well,
We sneak into the castle, and then we assassinate the queen.
Wow.
Mm,
Okay. I don't think
Alright.
it's gonna be that easy.
Yeah.
Hey, nods.
Absolutely.
I
Let's do it.
appreciate your enthusiasm. However, I do think it might be best if you all are snuck into the castle. Marianne will also be with you. I will go in through the front gates, as though this is a victory lap, as though I conquered. It'll cause a big disruption. There'll be a lot of back and forth, and in the chaos, maybe you can get something done.
Should
So,
we
what are we going to
also
do about
look for
Louis?
proof that the king is dead?
I think that's something that we could do when we search the castle. Because wouldn't he be there?
Yes, and I assume. I mean, he knows we're coming.
Right. Well,
So,
Oh, that's
no,
right.
he
we need to-
doesn't. Because he's not
well,
like.
he knows. He knows Haynes coming back.
Is he awake?
I thought we thought he was dead.
Louis?
I'm pretty sure he.
Oh,
Oh,
Louis.
Louis! I thought you were talking about the king.
I thought we
was
were
like,
talking about
the
the
king
No, I
is
was
dead.
talking about
The king
was
is
talking
dead.
about Louis.
Louis thinks we're. Does Louis think we're coming? I think he thinks we're coming.
Oh,
knows Hayne
Louis
has to come back.
absolutely knows we're coming.
He
Mhm.
knows Hayne is coming back. I don't think he quite
He-
knows anything about us just yet.
I
But
don't
he
think
probably
he
got
knows we're
things
coming,
from the
but-
Mhm.
us fighting
he
against
assumes.
his people.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
You know, like that battle thing that happened.
Yeah, we've officially made a statement, and it's not on his side. So
We made it.
I mean,
No,
I did
he fucked
feed
around
him.
and found out. Okay.
That's fair.
yeah, fair actually.
I gave him a whole scientist to eat. I mean,
Accidentally though, dear.
I was so nice to him.
He used you.
He really did.
we need to find you a better
Choice.
partner.
Was he ever a choice?
No.
I don't think he's a choice.
Hayne like puts her hand up and like waves. It's like, wait. You were considering.
No, no,
No.
no, no, no,
No.
no. And then
To be
she's like
fair,
making eye
before-
contact.
Before we knew that he was Louis and
was
thought he was just an
flirting.
attractive
He
male
has a
flirting.
face that isn't awful to look at. Now the personality is the ugliest shit I have ever seen, but the
Could
face
use some work.
Hayne
is
looks
all right.
horrified. I suppose I cannot fault you for information you did not know, but I hope you do in fact know better now.
Well, I mean, as soon as we left the ball, we put him in like a jail.
A cell.
So,
Yeah.
And
Yes,
that
and I
help
heard
there.
how that worked out.
Mm.
well, he was gonna die.
You could have let him die.
We should have.
We
You should
were
have.
gonna
Except
be
there
okay
was a
with it.
scientist I needed to also torture a little bit.
Are you an expert on torture?
She is, yes.
She definitely is, yes.
Mm. The rest of us.
Well, I indirected
I
the
watched a
question
video
to
about it
Ofame.
once.
Oh, okay.
There are those who take more delight in it than I. However, I do know quite a fair bit of myself, yes.
That should be useful later.
Oh.
Good to know.
Please let
Mm.
me know. I said there are others that delight more, not that I do not delight at all.
Just to clarify, just to
okay.
clarify.
Well, and yeah.
Just put that out there.
Just accept it.
I didn't say I hated it. Okay, I
No.
just
Mhm.
Okay.
So sneak into the castle.
Yes.
have proof that
then-
the king is
He
dead.
is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Track down Louis and incapacitate
Put
him.
Louis in another cell
Correct.
For him to just break out again.
Oh, he
Could
won't
we
break
put
out.
without
him?
food.
We won't feed him this time.
How are we to know?
But what is wrong with killing him?
I
Nothing.
suppose nothing.
I mean, once his mother is out of the way,
Are we trying to rehabilitate him?
We can't fault anyone for who their parentage is.
Well, Marianne will definitely disapprove, but I think if he would accidentally die, it would be no skin off my back.
Why would Marion, do you
It's
think,
her.
struggle with it? But like half brother. It's not like real.
They didn't grow up together.
That was a statement. She's of the belief that he could be saved. I think now she's torn about it. Even before this, she felt as though she had to save him from himself for some reason.
Well,
Because their mother's
Is
evil.
something to say. First off, half siblings. Yes, siblings.
Like, excuse me.
But there is something to say about um, when you are raised by less than ideal adults.
mhm.
Once their influence is removed, it is not uncommon for positive changes to take place.
Mm.
Then again, sometimes those same people decide to go make deals with the devil, sprout horns, etc. So
Um,
Well, I mean,
maybe not. Maybe
But
don't listen
technically,
to me.
the only one in the group who does not know what we're talking about is Callie, but you had a great father figure.
I did indeed. He's amazing.
Yeah.
how's it feel?
Well,
The only one.
yeah.
The entire group who had an
The
okay
entire
dad.
I mean, for
My
10
father
years.
figure's all right.
Haynes says, well, I think that is lovely. Callie, correct?
Yes.
That is lovely to hear. But in this case, um, obviously, I will do whatever is ordered to by my queen, but if he steps out of line even once, he will meet my blade.
Fully support
Heard.
this
I feel
plan.
that.
Mhm.
Pop off, queen.
All
So
right,
wait, who is your queen in this situation?
Oh my god.
Marion.
Okay, just clarificating.
Clarification.
Clarificating.
Love that word.
Write that down. Write that down.
Okay. So, prepared to leave?
Mm.
As will ever
You
be.
said the past was less treacherous.
Yes.
As someone who's quite literally never traveled further than where we currently are. How treacherous is not
Define
treacherous?
treacherous.
Treacherous.
Haynes sighs and says, it is part of a soldier's education in Sarlona to be able to survive a winter in said pass. Many do not make it. But I have, and I will assure you I will get us through this alive.
Okay. Callie's gonna write in her notebook and be like, for me too. The warmer.
But granted, we're not
be,
spending an
oh,
entire
sorry.
winter here.
No,
We're
we
just
are
passing
in luck.
through.
It is spring.
Oh,
Beautiful weather.
Well,
I love
it's
spring.
Still cold.
It's still gonna be
It's-
cold, but it just won't be as bad.
Mm,
It's like the difference between being freezing and it being fucking freezing.
got
That's
it.
a very big difference, yeah.
ugh.
Well, considering we're all used to Formonsa,
Can I go into your closet or your trunk or whatever you have? I don't have
Sure.
furs. I've never purchased furs. I've never needed to.
I've never purchased furs either. When you look upon Hayne has a large wolf pelt cloak that's situated on the chair nearest to her that when you first saw her she was wearing. It's huge. Sarah would be able to definitely notice this is from one animal.
Um, from traveling, have I noticed any like animals in the area? I guess.
Well, you've been mostly in like an open plain, so mostly
Okay.
just small animals, things that will live in the earth, things that tunnel.
nothing you could kill to make our own.
Dang it.
It's just like
Would-
one rabbit pelt.
Hey, this is for yourself.
Here's
Little face
one
mask.
glove. You're
Here's
welcome.
one sock.
Yep.
Before the
Callie's
Would-
gonna like look up from her notebook and be like, I'm working on a plan for us. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Would Ophame, because I think where she grew up was like on a mountain,
Yes, you
Or
grew up
like
in
a
mountains.
so would she have any um like past or prior knowledge of ways to
Keep warm.
yeah.
Probably. You probably would, yes.
Other than just huddling together.
Yeah. We only did that once a year.
Mm.
Oh Lord. Oh no. Yeah.
We can't unpack that yet.
Oh
No.
God.
The chat
Okay.
is not ready.
The chat's not ready. We'll get there, chat. Okay. But
So she's going to whatever knowledge she has, just be like, some ways that we could keep warm are X, Y, and Z.
Amelia's gonna look her dead in the eye and be like, I need you to never say that again. Thank you so much.
what is she referring to?
Nothing. And we are going to move on. Callie, I'm
I
sure
was
whatever
talking about,
you're
like,
working on will
actual-
suffice.
She was giving you actual.
I was giving real advice,
to
not
stay
sex
warm.
advice.
Okay, thank God. Okay.
was
Okay.
I was
worried.
just saying, me as a player does not
Yes.
know. So
Right.
I was
Well,
just saying that
We
Ofame
can say
says
Ofame would relay any
Ofame
knowledge
relays.
she
Yes.
would have
Actual
about
Correct.
surviving in harsh, cold
Mhm.
climates,
That does
specifically
not
in areas
count snuggling.
with
I mean, I
well,
do.
you were being in a pass, so you'll be in a lower altitude than the ones that you were used to.
Great.
So you just have to worry about that.
The cold still makes it harder to breathe if you're not used to the climate.
Yes.
And the
Lovely.
altitude.
Are you from the north?
Who, me?
I think
No, Amelia.
Amelia
Oh.
is.
She
She was
in-
at Retrus's temple in the north for like a little bit.
Mm,
And then she's been Formonsa proper for like a hot minute now.
okay, got it.
um uh Callie, perhaps we could get started on that while we wait for the scouts to scout their scouts.
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds
Sounds great.
All right. I'll have you working on that. All right. So you guys adjourn this little meeting. You guys all file out. Hayne stays in the tent on her own. In the meantime, is there anything you guys want to do to pass the time before we have you guys meet up with the scouts, get information?
Not that I can think of.
I guess just roll for the
Cal also files out.
medics.
It's the very, very beginning of the day. Like the sun just rose, so he's gonna go, and I'll let you guys know when they come back. I want you to roll a d20 for me and add your intelligence modifier.
Everyone or just me?
No, just you.
Okay, I was
Oh.
like,
I can't make what you're gonna make.
yeah.
Man, I wanted to roll things
Soon.
soon. That sounds ominous.
Ooh, nat 20.
Hell
Oh!
yeah.
Okay.
Amelia's gonna be warm. Hell yeah.
I want you to roll one more time.
Okay.
Ooh-wee.
No. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to say anything. 7.
Okay, that one's a little bit tougher, but that's okay.
Okay.
That's okay. That's
Okay.
okay. That's okay.
So, in you guys' downtime as you wait, Callie works diligently to make these they look like simple cloaks, but she does enchant them with runes to be infused with fire magic. She only makes 2 this time. They don't look particularly heavy. They don't look like the heavy like furs that a lot of the individuals here have. But they do work really nice. They don't look very pretty, but they do the job. Callie, you've constructed 2 of them.
I'm going to give one to Amelia first.
Mhm.
And then the 3 of us can figure it out.
Okay.
And I can. I
Well,
don't
you
know,
have to
continue
stay
working
warm
on-
so that You can make some for us as well.
Sure.
You can make more
And
later.
Sarah has
The first
her
one was a
own
prototype that
warmth.
you were making for yourself. And then
Sarah doesn't need one. She has cow.
I do have cow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You do have a literal phoenix.
Mm.
So I think you'll be
And
all right.
Rhea. I feel like
And
Rhea could also cuddle with Ofame.
Rhea
Yeah.
is
I think
very
yeah.
full.
Rhea's like, whatever the fuck is happening with these two over here, I'm good, so I'm gonna be with Ofame. Personally, I'm all right. Thank you, though.
She's so valid.
Ofame
Okay,
is definitely a cat girl.
100%.
love that. Love that energy. Okay. So, while you work on that, the rest of you mill about and do various things as you wait. Basically, the entirety of the soldiers that are with you, they're just waiting for word. They're all prepared and ready to go as soon as word comes. After a while, it's not hard to see. He's not hiding. So you see Cal come over the horizon. He's like a little speck in the horizon for a bit before he starts to get closer and closer, and plops down near you guys. A little bit after that, Marianne, at this point, she just walks up, but you get the sense that she ran most of the way until she got here.
She Twilight ran.
Yeah, she Twilight ran.
I picture also like,
Sure.
have you seen the people running with both hands behind their back?
Yeah.
watch you run.
He's not Naruto running.
Aw, boring.
I put my foot down there. No.
Boring.
If she-
I accepted
but
the
if she
Twilight
was
running.
doing that and just
I'm
waiting.
still gonna imagine it anyway.
Yes.
It's not canon. Okay.
It is in my mind.
I
In
can't.
all
I'm
of the
trying,
players'
Sam.
minds it is, so
Trying
dot,
to.
dot,
All right. Keep bullying the DM. See how that works. All right.
dot.
Oh, fear. Okay. Fear just entered my body, bro.
Okay. So Cal and Marianne now return. Cal looks for the most part fine. He looks like he hasn't been in any particularly intense scuffles. He's got like little like chips of frost like on the tips of his wings, but that's about it because he's so high up. It's colder in the air.
Even like his like on
Mhm.
fire wing. Oh, okay, that's scary. All right.
I mean, the longer he stands before you, they start to melt, but it's cold as shit.
Mm.
So
More
that's
fear.
how he looks.
Amelia does not like that.
It's great. Marianne, for her part, as she approaches you guys, she puts her gloves back on, and in like a slight second, you can see there's a little bit of blood on them. The rest of her is clean. As far as you can tell. Very strategic here.
Mhm.
Can
Go ahead.
how close is Ofame to Marianne?
Probably a few feet.
Ofame is going to go up to talk to her, but also see if she can smell like if it's human versus animal. blood.
Can't.
Ha,
They did do
going to
sacrifices.
posit. I'm gonna posit. How would you know the difference?
She has spilled a lot of blood of both types.
You gotta convince me.
Facts.
Um,
Sacrifices from her cult. There was a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
Actual
Assassination.
There's
She's
There's
a literal
lots-
assassin. Yeah.
she
I'm
has
gonna have
smelled
you.
lots and lots of blood.
I'm gonna have you roll for it, but it's gonna be survival.
Okay,
It's
I
gonna be
can do
hot.
that. All right, survival. Let me get that pulled up. Okay, and okay, that's a 19.
Okay. So you get closer with the intent of trying to see what's going on. It's definitely human. That you smelled. As you approach, she says, "Of May, everything all right?"
Up to
I
her being
believe
like,
I was about to. It's just like
Well, you approached her. You approached her and started sniffing.
It's like a heavy
like,
sniff.
You good? Hit you with it. You good?
Yeah.
how odd. I was just about to ask you the same question. Did you have any excitement on your scouting trip?
We just dispatched any rogue elements. We should be all right to proceed now.
Oh.
Will there be
Oh, that's one way to get rid of scouts.
reinforcements?
There shouldn't be. They can't outrun me.
And who is we? I thought you two split up.
No, she said they can't outrun me. I don't think she
No,
said.
but I was referring back when she said we dispose of them.
Oh. She just lazily like gestures in Cal's general direction. He mostly spotted them.
Oh, so he was helpful.
What good teamwork! I'm so proud of you two.
Thank God you have bird-like eyes.
Cal says, "It's like we're
Bird-
buddies." Just please stop
Bird
saying
eyes
that.
in the sky, vampire claws in the earth.
Please add that to quotes. Add it to quotes.
Okay, I'll add it to quotes.
Write that down.
Write that down. Write that down.
Okay. She says, "Right. I'll let Hayne know we're ready to move."
Aye, aye, Captain. And Overmare just gets out of her way.
Okay. She just walks normally over to the commander's tent to presumably let her know. The quotes. Okay. All right,
Rough.
proceed.
Did she say skills or claws?
Oh, it is claws. Let me fix it.
It is claws, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Continue.
All right. So Cal's back with you. Marianne just left to let Hayne know it's going to be a little bit before everyone's ready to go. But everyone's just kind of milling about. What do you guys want to do in the meantime?
I think Amelia's like getting antsy. Like she wants to just kind of
Yeah.
go do something and be helpful, even though she's not a vampire or some shit. Like she just wants to go do something.
Okay.
Callie's gonna check on Amelia and ask how the cloak, like, if it's working right. How does it feel?
Any improvements? Can I make anything better?
Are you gonna flip the phone around and be like, tips start at 20%? If you want.
Optional.
It's up
Yeah.
to you, but like, you know.
The cloak
Just
is
a couple quick questions.
the cloak is
Yeah.
well made. For Amelia, from what you see, it looks like it's well made. It doesn't look particularly expensive. It doesn't look like particularly like expensive fabric or anything like that. It's like a normal cloak that's been imbued with magic. The outside of it is normal, but when you put it on, the inside of it keeps you like quite warm. And because it is chilly where you are right now, the farther north you go, but putting it on for too long right now makes you like hot.
Amelia kind of like it's like kind of slung over her arm and she's kind of
Mhm.
holding it. And she goes, "It's continuously warm, which is wonderful. But I don't know if like you could do it where the colder it gets, it can like moderate how hot it needs to be.
What a great idea.
It could be also interesting that if we got into warmer climates, perhaps it can do something of like a cooling nature.
Hmm.
But I don't know how to do that, and I don't even know if that's something that can happen, but your brain is better than mine, so.
I'll be adding this item to your inventory
Woohoo, thank
Okay.
you.
after session. Okay.
Sarah's gonna be meditating on
Uh-huh.
Hector.
Okay.
So she does this now.
So you're just meditating with intention? Are you trying to say something? What's going
If she does say anything, it's kind of just like, "Hi, I don't know how this works.
Hey.
How's it going?" Just reaching out to let you know I'm still here.
I'm also still freaking out about the information that you gave me.
Yeah.
When you meditate, when you like actually like are fully calm and are able to focus on your intention, you can feel, you don't hear anything. It's not like words, but you can feel like a presence with you. It's like similar to what you experienced in your dream. It's kind of excitable, like a like a flame, but a small one. Yeah. Okay. Sylph, am I doing anything?
Hear you.
I can't hear you, Jordan.
Yeah, you're muted.
I don't think so. I think she's definitely like stockpiling cheese for the journey.
Got it.
Can't.
And we're back.
All right.
Mhm.
All right. So as you guys are doing your various things, after a few moments, Hayne comes out, prepares her horse. A couple of the soldiers take down the tent and start preparing to keep get walking. You guys, whatever horses were given to you, you have them. And Hayne rides toward the front, and Marianne takes the horse and rides just behind her. Everyone is starting to get into formations as you guys are preparing to go. All right. So you guys begin your travel through this pass. This will take you about 4-ish days. We're going to time skip through it, but in that meantime, I wanted to know if any of you will be reaching out to various individuals in whatever way you can to check in with them or anything like that, or would you like to move on?
Can I make more cloaks or do I need to wait?
You can make more cloaks. I'll say you can make 2 more.
Okay.
Same thing. D20 intelligence.
18.
Okay.
And then not 1. No, 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
Well, if it's a nat 1,
It wasn't a
It
it wasn't a
wasn't.
1. It was just like the way the shadow was hitting it.
Okay. So it's a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, roll one more time.
Okay. So 18, 9, and 7.
Okay. This next set of cloaks you make, they definitely are imbued with the warming magic, but you've noticed that it seems a bit more unstable. They tend to get a little bit too hot at
Ooh,
times. They don't burst into flame quite, but it gets really, really hot to where it like makes like a heater burn on
You
your
give it to
skin.
Cal and he'd be fine. Cal would be
Yeah,
like,
you
"This
take
is
it.
sick."
I'll suffer through that one and give the nicer one to Ophame.
Oh,
And then since Sarah doesn't really have much use of one, she can have one of the bad ones too.
thanks.
She's like, "I'll modify it every night, but for now, this is what you get."
Mm-hmm.
okay. You guys continue to go through this pass. Everyone's on high alert as you do, even to the point where soldiers are sleeping in shifts to make sure nothing crazy happens in the night, as you don't have any of your nocturnal friends with you as well. Eventually, you guys make the other side of the pass. The farther you go, the colder it gets, and it is definitely noticeable. Um, After you get through the pass, you see on either side of you is a large mountains, and at some point you couldn't even really tell the difference between where you came and where you're going. By the time you emerge the other side, you can start to see small villages dispersed throughout, and as you continue to go, and you make it to the outer gates of Sarlona. Um,
Bum, bum, bum.
okay. You see as you get closer and closer to the city proper, um, it is very like a lot of dark, heavy woods. The only warm lighting is of these lanterns that line the streets. There's thick snow everywhere. It looks like there hasn't been a, a let up of precipitation in this area for a while. It's not snowing right now, but there's been plenty of snow on the ground as you have make your way through. Another thing you notice is that the make of these buildings are unfamiliar to you. That it does not look similar to anywhere else you've been so far. Atlas being comprised of mostly stonework, And Formonsa being constructed of wood, but it's definitely not as fine, not as well um, well architecture. The only stone building you can see is one in the distance. It is large and has dark stone spires that go high into the sky. Um, you can hear faintly the sound of like water, like crashing water, but you don't see any large body of water where you are currently. There are a few people that are milling about this market place, a couple people who are like living there. There are some small children playing. You see some people hawking their wares. You see people carrying carts, things like that. Normal everyday life is now happening in Sarlona. Okay.
How big of a group are we traveling with? Like, do people notice?
Oh, people definitely notice.
Okay.
You are technically with the Queen's army right now.
Right. Okay.
As as you guys rolled through these small villages, most of these I guess normies, regular people, peasants, um they 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 see the Queen's army. The first reaction you see is they usher their children in the house. They go inside, they close the doors, some peek through the windows, mostly met with fear. Um
Mm.
as
So
you
we
make it
stick out like a sore thumb.
Yes. As you make it to the market district here, most people just get out of the way. They don't run inside as much as the more rural areas did,
Mm-hmm.
but they definitely like they give a wide berth. Because you are closer to the front and you're closer to where Hayne and Marion are. As you guys continued, Marion did her best to like put on a darker cloak to hide, but it didn't particularly matter. Most of the attention was being drawn by Hayne. These people, they see Hayne and they immediately divert their eyes. But it's like in a uh, uh, kind of a mixture of fear and respect. As they look down. Um, as you march through the city, um, you guys aren't drawing as much attention as Hayne is. The
Mm.
actual like foot soldiers of the Queen's army, they inspire fear, but not nearly to the same degree.
Amelia's gonna kind of like drop back next to Cal, and she'll be like in a very low whisper, but she knows he can hear it. Um, she'll be like, "Would you ever want to be greeted like this by your people?"
I guess that's what's normal here. He doesn't look particularly pleased about it either, but he's just making sure that he's watching everyone like a hawk to see what they're doing and observing this.
Do we know much of Sarlona's history as far as like, I mean, like me, the player knows, but like
I don't
me,
think we
the
know anything
character,
about it
right?
because we
No,
didn't
your
even
characters don't
we didn't even
know.
know.
You
It
didn't know
existed.
about Sarlona's existence,
But
and
I'm saying, like, has Marion told us? Well, we would have had to ask, I guess.
yes, in the weeks you've
Like
known
a
her,
lot
she's
of,
given you
yeah.
some information, but anything directly about the history or anything about Sarlona, you would have to ask about, and it hasn't come
Mhm.
up. It's been
Okay.
very life or death in the recent, so she's
Yeah.
been
What?
focused
No.
on the now.
What?
Mm.
I know it's crazy to focus on the now, but yeah, you do not know. You can
Okay.
only really pick up from what's around you, what you see.
Hmm.
Um, she's gonna whisper to Cal and be like, "Does it look like anybody wants to eat us?"
Eat us?
Yeah,
No,
you
looks like
like.
they want to eat anything. They're starving. Look at them. And as you do, you look around, a lot of people in this, particularly this area, you're still on like the outer edges of the city proper of Sarlona. Like a lot of people here look poor. A lot of them look very frail, as they're just trying to make their way through today and avoid getting trampled by the Queen's army.
That's nice.
I imagine.
For a
Okay.
kingdom that's so large, you'd think
I also
their
imagine
people would be
for
better off.
it's probably hard for an empire to keep funds to properly make sure that everybody has a good lifestyle.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah. She's gonna kind of like walk up next to Hane and be like, "So now what?"
Hayne responds in a low whisper. I need you all to split off. Marion will find you. You can go inside the castle. I'll continue from here.
So you want? Okay. She's gonna connect telepathically with the group.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest that.
Okay.
And she's gonna be like, I feel like it would be best if we spoke here from here on out.
Yes, I agree.
Agreed.
Do you have
Yeah.
Cal, Hayne, or
Yes.
Marion in there as well? Or
I
just
have
Cal and Marion?
Cal. I probably have Cal, Marion, and Hane just in case like Hane wants
Needs
to.
us.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So do you guys take the directive and split off?
Yep.
Yeah.
Are we splitting off together or literally in separate ways?
I think it would be
Up to you.
together.
Together. Okay.
Together? Okay.
I watched
So you
Scooby Doo.
Oh my god. So you all split off together as you guys' group. Marianne continues to ride with them for a bit. You just kind of leisurely go to the side, toward one of the alleyways, the mini alleyways. Formonsa has like stone streets that are not as put together, but they're decent. Here it's cobbled streets. It is actually fairly well maintained cobbled streets. You don't see mini carriages. You see mostly carts pulled by people. But as you guys veer off to the side and wait, you have a moment respite as the Queen's Army continues to walk by to go further inside to the city proper. You can confer here if you would like while you wait.
Was we we got weird vibes, right? Or was that just me?
No, very odd.
I'm guessing is Marion listening to this?
She is. Um, do you address her correctly?
Just like,
Directly
wow,
or?
what weird people. Am I
Is
right?
that what you say?
So I'm kidding.
I mean,
I
Because-
mean, yeah,
I mean-
that's so.
okay. She replies, in you guys' group chat, in your minds. This is the outer city edges, mostly the poor, those who the crown didn't think were worthy enough to keep in prisons. So
Oh.
Didn't imprison its citizens? Or did
yes,
they do something?
usually spoke out against the queen. Sometimes for something as small as stealing bread or something like that.
And they're all forced to live in the outskirts.
Yes, will be banished.
Hmm.
Being banished is a death sentence, so many choose this.
And how do you feel about this treatment?
It is obviously not beneficial to the crown to have its people live in squalor.
Are a
But
vast majority of the people of Sarlona living like this?
no,
Oh.
no, they are not. And she seems a little bit not pleased with whatever she thought of when she responded there.
Hmm.
Well, then let's make sure we are successful so that we can start to see some change. Hmm?
You guys wait. Actually, not too long. It's cold, but you don't have to wait too long. Probably about 10, 20 minutes or so before Marianne appears behind you. She doesn't put down her cloak hood, but she responds to you in her mind. She says, "All right, Hane's making her way to the front gates. There'll be an uproar, so we need to move quickly."
Okay.
You guys follow?
Yep.
You good?
Yep.
Anything else you want to say?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys start to follow. You just kind of weave through the streets. She tries to stay towards the shadows as much as possible, but either surprisingly or unsurprisingly, no one seems to recognize her. No one seems to point her out and say, "Oh my God, you're the princess." They just kind of shuffle by, or if they do bump into you, they just try and avoid you. Most of the time, they might say, "I'm sorry," and move, but that's kind of it. The farther you get in, um, you are avoiding the majority of the large city centers. You've noticed, Marianne's keeping you away from any really busy area, but you can see generally the farther you go in, the nicer the houses become, the more regal their individuals are dressed. You see even larger, almost mansion-sized houses. You see more people that have like groundskeepers. You see more manicured walkways. There are a couple individuals that give you pause. Make a perception check, everybody.
Ah, shit.
Do.
20!
Woo! Proud of you!
Eh,
Yay!
16.
18?
Yep.
28.
28. All right. So all of you will notice, for the most part, you're unremarkable to those that you go by. There's a particular nobleman that you see who is walking toward the there's a great big square basically where there are a lot of people, merchants giving shopping their goods, and you are actually passing by this very large mansion, and it seems as though there's no reasonable explanation for why he would notice you. But he turns and looks directly in your direction. You cannot tell if he sees you or not, but you automatically get a chill up your spine.
Like that.
Marianne says, "Let's move quickly."
Okay. Fuck.
Um, 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 um. Trying to see if I have. I don't have. Okay.
Are we still talking in our minds?
Yes,
Um,
nothing's been said out loud.
Okay. What was that? We all just anyone else just get that feeling?
Um,
like that?
I think Amelia, like, when she feels it, she's gonna do like a little bit of like the like flexing
Shivers.
her back a little bit, and she's like, ugh. Ew.
Okay.
Ugh.
What?
Brother,
Ugh. Ah,
What
Oh,
was
brother.
that?
okay.
I think more
Um,
importantly, who is that?
Marianne, there's a pause in your minds before she says, "Lord Alton,
And he is.
a vampire lord who likes new blood, so we should continue to keep moving."
Yeah, I hate that. Okay.
See, this is why if you had just sampled before, we wouldn't have new blood.
That's not at all what I mean.
Are you insinuating that because she would have taken a sip from us, that we wouldn't be considered new blood in a new place?
Well,
Let's just
I
get
figured
moving.
it was like a. I
don't.
figured it was like a virgin thing. I don't know how blood works.
Virgin thing.
She doesn't really talk about it. So how am I supposed to know?
No. There's a lady who prefers virginal blood, but that's not Lord Alton's thing.
Oh my god.
we need to stay away from that lady for some of our group.
We'll certainly try.
Callie's face is just gonna like go white.
Oh no! She's like, oh no! She says, I'm in danger.
Danger. Okay. Yes.
Of course,
Okay.
everyone else is fine.
Let's get in the tunnels as quickly as possible, please.
Well, they're still new blood, so they're still in danger too. Anyway, so Marianne keeps low, and has you guys continue to follow her. Eventually, you make it to what looks to be a small uh, stone wall. It looks like it has a crack in it of some sort. And she stops there. She like looks back and forth, and you see her just start pulling out these rather large, heavy stones and putting them to the ground. And she like ushers you guys to go in.
Okay. This is not terrifying at all.
It's going.
Okay, you guys go on in.
Mhm.
As you guys go in, she puts the stones back as best she can, to where it looks like it's just a small fracture in the stone wall. You are now in a dark tunnel, the bottom of which has a shallow amount of water. And she moves through you guys to back at the lead, and she says, "Okay,
Real quick, how good is vampire scent? Like, can we be tracked through a stone wall?
possibly."
If someone smelled our fresh
New
blood,
blood.
virgin blood.
What if we just had Rhea pee on the stone?
Perfect.
Assert dominance or
Sure.
whatever.
She says, "Sure." Um,
Amelia also knows nothing about scents and shit, so she's
Yeah, she
literally
just-
throwing it out there.
um, okay. Cal, in his smugness, says something. He says, "Well, in our brief stint being hunters earlier, didn't seem to be that good at smelling things." She fixed him with a sharp look. It doesn't say anything.
Oh, because she didn't
Not-
notice.
she's not going to take the bait. I'm not
She
doing
said,
this.
boy.
Boy, bye.
She was drained.
Mm,
She wasn't. She was full.
Oh, that's right. Facts.
Probably not full, but we won't get into that right now. Okay. Maybe another time. So, Rhea pees on the stone. She's more than happy to be of assistance. And does so. And then you guys continue to walk through this tunnel. It seems like every now and then there are a set of maybe 3 or 4 stairs as you go lower and lower, and then it becomes like one long straight tunnel as you make your way through. It's still dark as you guys continue to walk. What's your marching order?
Oh,
um,
Feel like Ophme would try to be near the back, but I also don't know if Cal would let her.
Probably not. He'd want to be.
what if Cal was more towards the
Yeah.
front and Ophame was the back? So that like Cal can help with heavy hitting and stuff.
Okay. It's up to you guys.
I could see that. Um,
so like Cal, Sarah.
Amelia
It'll
probably
be
casting
Mary, Cal, Sarah. Do you want
Amelia.
Amelia? And Callie and then Ophme?
Yeah. And Amelia's probably just casting produce flame, and it's just like on her fingers, so it's not completely dark.
Okay. Because we have some individuals who can just plainly see, and they didn't really think about the fact that some
I
of
know.
you
I
couldn't.
yeah.
Some of you couldn't. Okay. You guys keep going into this tunnel. Eventually, you start to get a couple stairs that are going upwards. It's still damp down here. It's still dark. Um, the tunnels tend to curve sometimes, but eventually you start to feel a slight breeze coming toward you. All right.
Okay.
Towards the end
All
of this,
right.
towards the end of the tunnels, you see looks to be a small grate. It looks big enough for like a person, generally you guys' size, to crawl through. Probably not Cal, but everyone else to crawl through. But it seems like the only entry way, and beyond it is dark. You can't see.
Can I do an insight check to see if there's anything, anyone?
Ahead.
Yeah.
That would be
Perception?
perception.
21.
21.
Ooh,
Okay.
baby.
As you go towards this grate and you look through, you can't see much. You just see, actually see the front of bars that look similar to the dungeons that you saw in Atlas. Only this area is dark. There's the distinct smell of blood, and you can hear a very faint, like raspy breathing.
Mm,
Mm.
Do you let us know?
Yeah.
yeah, I would probably relay that to you guys in our mind phone call.
Okay.
Okay.
Amelia is probably
Princess.
going to let's see. She's so with the like produce flame or whatever, she's gonna kind of like send it out like through the grate to see if it like illuminates anything.
Okay. As the flame goes through the room in a straight line, what you notice is you are at ground level. So this grate opens up into the actual ground. This is some type of sewer or offshoot of some sort. You can also see these bars on either side. You can't see much. You don't see any people or anything, but once it hits the opposite wall, which is fairly far away before it sputters out, you see a large stone door.
So nothing that would make us think of raspy breathing.
Well, you can't see anything like that.
Okay, great.
Are we at a dead end?
Yeah, this is a dead end that ends in this grate.
Okay, so I'm gonna
All
ask
right,
Marion.
princess.
Yeah. So what's the next step? Do we go through or not? It doesn't look like Cal can maybe fit through that, but
Well,
what's the plan here?
this is the end of the line, so to speak. It's the dungeons. Um, but it's probably the dungeon on the east side of the castle, so it's not many people will be placed here.
Not many people placed here because they don't care, or not many people placed here because this is where they place the worst of the worst?
How many people placed here because they left here to die?
Gotcha.
Okay. Can Amelia like look around for like torches or anything like that?
Sure. Perception for me.
It's gonna be a 22.
22? It's not 21.
21.
All right. Um, so behind you, you definitely can see, if you like are looking for it, there are old like sconces along this wall, where there used to be places to hold torches. Um, but that's about it. There's no wood here. The entirety of this area is stone. The under you is like cobbled stone similar to the street, but it's in great disrepair. Um, this is not a frequented area for a very long time.
Okay. Um she like looks at Cal and she says, can you like flame on or something?
Really? Flame on?
I don't know. How are you gonna get through there? You won't fit.
Well, apparently not unless I break my wings, which I'm not doing.
Well, duh. Perhaps.
I'll wait here so that
You
way no one can come behind you.
can you break the bars or anything?
He looks over at Marianne. Just, well, I can just quite simply break it if you need. I was
Maybe we could
thinking
just like.
hopefully it'd be open, but it seems as though those we sent before us made sure to make this path not easy to get through.
Could we like pull them apart a little bit so that he could fit?
I believe so. Let me see. She goes forward and quite easily just pulls this iron grate out of the stone wall and then like inspects it some more.
Mm.
And as she inspects it some more, you see that she tries to pull some of these larger stones out. Cal actually moves forward to help, and so they're on either side pulling these large stones out. You actually see he's putting in more effort than she is at this point. And it makes this entryway a lot larger, and they end up stopping just because you start to hear like a which is like the sand, whatever is keeping the mortar of these stones together, giving. So they actually stop.
Okay.
Says, I don't
Okay.
think we should do anymore.
I
Is this,
agree.
is this big enough?
Hopefully not. Though if we need to, I suppose we can collapse this tunnel. That's good to note.
Cal, can you fit or no?
I'll have to try.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I do have a torch in my inventory.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Use
gonna
it if you want.
pull it out of my bag and hand it to Amelia and be like, I do have.
Well, she'll probably like when you pull it out, she'll just light it and leave it in your hand.
Okay.
Okay. Well, now you have light. Let there be light.
Let there be
Okay. Are you guys gonna go through now?
light.
Yeah.
I think Cal's gonna try it first,
All right.
right?
All right. Cal's gonna try and go through first. Um, although the entry is now larger, you do see he has to like bring his wings in as close as possible to his body, um, as he's trying to like shuffle through, and it takes him a little while, but eventually he does like scramble through at the end there. Um, from where you guys are, you as you see him go inside, as he stands, all you can really see is his boots. As he like turns around a little bit and looks at the area he's now in.
Hand the torch to him through the
Okay.
Great.
opening and be like,
He
here.
takes it. He takes it. And now you see a little spot of light. As he holds it in his hands. You still only can really see his feet. And he walks a little bit, looking around. And he says, "Oh shit, that's just gross."
That's it.
Yeah.
Did
So
we need to be?
when you come up
Okay.
here, he's not really a threat. At least I don't think. Um, I really doubt it. But yeah, you should be fine.
Okay, we're going to lift up Rhea.
I'm getting vivid memories of you guys trying to figure out how a panther is going to get down a
Climb
ladder.
the ladder.
Yep.
Yeah.
Vivid memories of that. Okay. All right. So you guys push Rhea through. It ends up being a couple of you pushing her butt through this thing as she doesn't really want to do this because she's
Just
a
a
cat and you're
panther
telling her to
dude.
go somewhere she doesn't want to be. So,
Mm.
so she's like, you can do it. They're all pushing and she eventually scrambles through. And you hear her huff on the other side. And she immediately starts to sniff. She's like sniffing to see what's going on.
Sniff, sniffing.
Good.
All right. Who's going through next?
Go.
Okay. Callie's gonna scramble through next. It takes a little bit of doing, mostly because the stones that you're on are damp, so there's not a whole lot of like grip here. So
Mhm.
it'll be everyone helping you push through again. You eventually scramble through and stand, and because of the light from Cal's torch, because he didn't think to explain more. As soon as you stand up and look, you see the source of the raspy breathing. There is what used to look like a person, who is now in very, very bad shape. They are missing a lot of their body. You see that one eye looks up towards you, and you hear the faintest, "Help me."
Callie's gonna like gasp and be like, "Oh God." Oh,
He moves to stand in front of it. He's like, "You're good. Just like look over there. The stone over there looks really interesting. Look over there. It's fine."
Aw, that's pretty sweet for him.
He's seen some shit. He's like, "You have not seen shit like that." So you can look over there.
Callie's gonna turn around. Thank you.
Okay. Who's next to go through?
Amelia will go.
All right.
Oh. Sorry.
Don't. Jeez. Okay, so Amelia scrambles through. Those of them who are left in the tunnel help her get scramble on the other side. She stands in the small pool of light, but this time Cal is just standing conspicuously in a certain direction so that you can't look at it as you stand and see him.
Amelia, just come look this way.
What? What is it?
Unless you would like to throw up, come stand over here.
Oh, pish posh! I barely do that anymore.
Okay. You're on your own then.
All right, you're warned.
She's gonna go look at the man.
Right. She pushes past Cal and looks at him in the dim light, which actually kind of makes it worse. You see, do you get close or do you just stand kind of where you are?
She's gonna do a medicine check.
Okay, you get as close as you can to the bars and do a medicine check on him. Go for it.
Okay, let me. Okay, 25.
Okay.
She is a cleric, so.
All right. Even through the bars, you're able to ascertain what's going on here. This man, his face has been beaten to an extent where one of his eyes no longer work. The one eye that is able to focus on you and see you looks pleading. There's a good amount of swelling around his mouth. He's missing like his left arm and both legs, and from what you can tell, the wounds were cauterized so that he would not bleed to death.
Oh.
Um. Oh God. Amelia is going to kind of like bend and be like, does he look like he is very close to death?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's only a matter of time.
Okay. Amelia is gonna bend.
As you get closer to him, he just whispers as much as he can. And as he does, you see a lot of his teeth are broken. He says, "Kill me."
Um. Okay. She's.
Okay.
Hold on. Give me a second.
Hold on, I got this. The doctor is in.
Is he close to the wall, like at all? Like, can she like, if she reached through the bars, could she touch him, or is he too far away?
He's not close enough. You'd have to get in to the actual holding cell.
Okay. Amelia's going to say, would you say he's a willing participant?
He's willing. He's willing for whatever help you choose to
Okay.
give him. Sure.
Essentially, Amelia is going to like look him in the eye, I guess. Sorry, rip.
Kudos to you guys for making this funny.
Sorry. I mean, it's us.
I
And
love
she's
it.
gonna say, um, may your actions in this life allow you um acceptance through Celia and rest with Dormir. And then she's gonna cast sleep. She's not gonna kill him.
Okay. You guys
Do
sleep.
they now, because of the
Mhm.
cataclysm?
Mhm.
They don't have the same quote unquote
Nope.
gods, right? Yeah.
No.
No.
Probably doesn't even know who I'm fucking talking about. Yep. So.
Just clarifying.
So.
I mean, the
Woof.
gods are always the same. They just go by different names in different
Right.
cultures around the world, basically,
Okay.
in different planes.
Gotcha.
Where he goes to sleep, he does like a what face?
He wouldn't. He doesn't have the energy. But when
Yeah.
you cast sleep on him, you see that most like the tension that was in his body leave him.
Okay.
He's still like rasping, breathing, but he's now unconscious. Okay. All right. So, who is next to try and get into this room?
I guess I can go.
Okay. Sarah goes next. You're scrambling through. Marianne and Oathmaid are on the other side, helping you get through there. Eventually, you scramble up and stand. Cal is still standing conspicuously in this area so that those who do not wish to see don't
Mhm.
have to. Um, so it's up to you if you push it.
I mean, sure.
What do you say? What do you do?
Oh. I don't know.
Do you want to
Just
recap of
not
what's going
look.
on?
Huh?
Do you want to recap or
No, I'm okay.
okay?
Do you look at the guy, say
Um,
anything about the guy, or are you just like, all
Or you just
right, let's get Ophame up
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, you
yeah,
just
let's
don't
just
care.
get Ophame up here. He's
All right.
asleep, so it's not really
I was
much I
gonna
can
say,
do about it.
Yep.
It's up to you.
Ophame is definitely going up next because she can't be in there last because she's too short to reach
Mhm.
on
Yeah.
her own.
Mhm.
But
So
Marianne wasn't gonna be before of May anyway. She was gonna be last no matter what.
um so she's gonna pop up and immediately Cal to be like, okay, what is everyone freaking out about up here? To go see
There's
the
just
body.
there's just a lot. There's okay. Well, you don't care. All right. Whatever.
You
All
don't
right.
care.
And he just stops
She's-
trying.
Yeah.
She's
Okay, fine.
gonna look and just be like, impressive work. Marion.
And as she's making her way up, and she finally stands as you address her. Yes. And she kind of looks around. Um, she like looks at Cal and he moves. She sees the man and you see like a flicker of pity, and then she goes back to her neutral expression. Says, "We have to keep moving."
Do you
All right.
recognize him at all?
No, especially not like that.
Is this
Common practice.
style
Common practice
or
is
that too?
crazy.
That,
But valid question, so.
That's
Great.
Callie's gonna be like, who? Comment.
I'm like totally chill about this. It's fine.
Yeah, good. Poor Callie, it's her first adventure. Okay.
Yep.
Um, Maria doesn't answer immediately. She walks toward the bars and she looks around like looking for a key of some sort, but she ends up not being able to find any. And just bends the bars so she can squeeze through and go in. It's now big enough for most of you to be able to go in if you so chose. But what she ends up doing is bending toward him and like searching his pockets, looking for anything distinguishing on his person.
does she find anything?
We're about to find out.
She's doing an investigation check.
I did. I told myself to do it. Okay. As she looks around, she finds like a little scrap of paper and a little looks uh, like a diamond shape patch of leather that looks like it should have been attached to something. Um, she reads it. You can see that the paper is stained and it looks like it has been wet and dried a couple times at this point. Um, and she just sighs. Says he was a leader of a rebellion group. No wonder.
Hmm.
Should we mercy kill him?
He's on our side.
But
He's
He's
not on my side particularly.
Ah. But against the queen.
Yes, it's true. I think it's probably more accurate to say against the crown.
Hmm.
so against the Empire.
Yes.
Any idea
I'll-
what that piece of leather would be used for?
It's a symbol of some sort. I feel like I've seen it before, but I cannot place it.
Hmm.
is it the symbol of the rebel group?
Probably. Cal says, "Well, you can heal him. He can't really be much of a threat to you right now. He's only about 1/4 of limbs, so."
Well, if I healed him, I'm just prolonging this
Suffering.
state, and I can't do that to him.
If we leave him asleep like he is, will he just peacefully pass?
Would Amelia know because of the medicine check that he's like really, really close?
Yeah, she can probably guess it'll be a few more hours or so before his body finally gives out.
Okay. Amelia's gonna say, um, because of the kind of torture that he has maintained, his body is basically in a adrenaline state of trying to survive, but once that adrenaline is gone, his organs will begin to fail. So I put him to sleep so the last few hours were not in suffering.
Well, then, I think we've done what we could do.
Also, Amelia
Cal,
does recall the time in which she tried
Hmm?
to mess with a almost dead body, and Ophime did not like that. So
Yeah,
But
yeah,
he was
yeah.
dead.
He
He
was
was
dead.
dead,
You
yeah.
brought
that guy
you
was dead.
brought
This
him
guy
back
is
to
not
life.
dead.
yeah. It happened one time. I'm kidding.
We
Um,
wanted
Cal would say,
information.
wouldn't it be more merciful to just end it now?
You are more than welcome.
He just kind of he shrugs and he's about to like try and get to the bars, and he realizes that he doesn't fit through the bars.
Son of a bitch.
Does
he just-
Sarah fit through
he
the
just-
bars?
Yeah. She
Sarah's
does.
gonna go in and do it.
Okay. Um, he had a small dagger in his hand that he carries in his boot. Um, so he would hand it to her, hilt first.
Okay.
Um,
Romantic.
it's
Is
I
it
mean,
though?
yeah. All right, weird date, but okay. So Sarah is able to squeeze through the bars.
Yeah.
Um, with his dagger. Um, he's sleeping fairly soundly, but you can see as you get closer the severity of these wounds and how agonizing it was for him to be conscious during this time.
Um,
Hmm.
she is going to, I guess, whisper a like a soldier's prayer.
Mhm.
that he find peace.
Mhm.
And then whatever way will kill him the fastest, she's gonna stab him.
Okay. You hear like a soft. Sarah immediately just stabs him in the carotid artery. It doesn't take very long before he bleeds out, and Ryan just announces he's dead and stands.
All right, lead the way.
All right. Um, she makes a point not to look at any of you. And she like walks forward and towards the front and starts moving, opening the stone door. And as she does, there's like sconces all along the walls. Um, so soft light, but you're still definitely underground. There are no windows here. As you make it through. Also, by the way, it is cold still.
Mhm.
So as you get further inside, away from the tunnel, away from the dungeons, it gets a bit warmer, um, from what you can tell. Um,
When everybody clears out of the room, Amelia is gonna go over to a
oh my
corner.
god, here we go.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it.
She's gonna like throw up and she's gonna be like, that was, oh my god. And then she's gonna like kind of wipe her mouth and then just like walk up the stairs like super nonchalantly.
Kylie's
Bad,
gonna
like I
turn
didn't
around.
say it because
I was gonna say,
yeah.
Kylie's gonna turn around and be like, "Told you."
I mean, okay, I did help him. So,
I'm not saying
I
you
c-
didn't, but I told you you were gonna throw up.
I mean, yes, but also that poor man.
Agreed.
I didn't mention it, but it probably smelled rank in there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
probably. He's been like that for like a hot
long-
minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
How Callie held it in, I don't know.
Callie's stronger than a U.S. Marine, so we can okay. You guys continue to follow Marion. As you guys keep walking, you notice there's more of a purpose to like. There's always been like a purpose to where she's going, but it feels kind of like she's definitely on to something, like a scent or something, as she continues to walk through. Um, you guys, as you continue to go further and further up, like you get through a couple sets of stairwells. It gets warmer, as well as it becomes a little bit brighter, easier to see. As you guys continue to walk through. When you guys made it to the city, it was, I'd say it was the evening. So as of right now, it's starting to get closer to about 8 or 9 p.m.
Mhm.
Okay.
Not that you can tell quite yet, there aren't that many windows in this area in general. But as you continue to go up more and more stairs, you're taking offshoots, you're taking servants' quarters. As you get up there, you haven't encountered anyone yet.
I'm gonna
No one.
speak. Oh, go ahead.
No, that's it.
Okay.
ahead.
Callie's gonna. I guess. Are we still talking in our minds, or are we talking out loud?
Probably in our minds since
I
we're
think
Yeah,
like
our
to
minds
stay
gonna
quiet.
getting more
thing.
into the palace proper.
Mhm.
So now that we are inside, where are we headed now?
I'm looking for Louis.
Should we not be looking for the king?
I can't sense him.
Because he's dead.
He's dead. But we should at least be looking for proof of his death.
I
Right?
worry that going to his quarters would make me run into Mother.
Mm.
So
Hopefully that wasn't the king down there.
it was not.
Mm.
He's a part of
Mhm.
the rebellion group.
Oh yeah.
That we know of. That could have been a farce letter.
She also would recognize her father, even
I don't know. He was pretty badly beaten.
yeah. But I imagine.
Anyway.
Um,
Okay, and what are
can
we
you
hoping
sense Louis?
we find Louis?
Can question him.
Can
Maybe
I
get
slice his
him.
Achilles?
I'll consider it. But for now, I think just finding him is enough.
Okay.
Getting him
Off the
off of the
stands.
board and when you can confront Mother would be advantageous.
Hmm.
I believe an Achilles strike would literally keep him off the board.
Okay. You guys continue to. I just didn't. Okay, you guys continue to go through the palace. Up more flights of stairs. Eventually, you start to get to areas where, um, every now and then you pass by maybe a servant. You pass by and you see these people, and as you do, you go to hide in little alcoves. I want you all to make stealth checks.
Just okay.
Damn it.
Yes.
I was about
Proactively
to
have
say that
cast
I was
pass without
yeah,
trace.
that's what
want
I
me to
was
cast
about to
that?
say.
You
Yeah.
can.
Yes, I feel like that
That
is
sounds like a really good idea.
Ofame's
Please
thing.
help. Because
No matter what.
she's a +0
Any
on stealth, so please.
anytime we do anything like
Anything-
this, I feel like Ofame just automatically does pass
Mhm.
without trace.
Yeah. So what does that do again?
um, you get a +10 to Dex slash stealth checks.
Okay, thank God. That's a 16 instead of a 6.
So I get
36.
advantage on stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeehaw.
Do I roll twice?
Yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. 11. So plus 10,
Mm-hmm.
23.
Okay.
40.
Okay. Cool.
We do
40
love
is crazy work.
sneaky.
What does Sarah get?
36.
Huge.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
They're gone,
Look
bro.
at it.
They're
Okay.
gonna be
And then
so-
Amelia's like, hey, 16.
She's the
Her
least
and her
self-
armor.
Mm.
No,
That's
she's just a cleric. Stealth, dexterity, all of it is just not her cup of tea.
Cal got a 23,
All right.
and Maria got a 36. Okay. All right. So, you hide in a small alcove as a servant girl like walks by. You see her, just dusting a few things. She has a, basket of some sort in her hand, humming slightly to herself as she doesn't even notice you. She just walks by. You wait a few more beats for her to go up a flight of stairs before you continue. You keep going. Eventually, uh, you hear in your heads, because you're still connected to Hane, you have no need to worry. The queen is outside making a show.
Hmm.
I think that's just a different kind of worry.
Yeah.
Well, it's a worry for me, and that's for you, and that's fine.
Making a show of what?
She has an execution in progress.
Oh god.
Oh, we just had one of our own.
I don't know that I would consider that an execution.
It's more of a mercy killing.
Right.
At any rate, that's what's happening now. Fairly soon, she'll ask me to come forward and speak with her, so I'll keep you informed.
Let us know if you need us. Marion at least knows how to get to you, so we can get to you that way.
If you need anything, please say something. Don't just take it all on your own. Listen, I'll be fine. I doesn't say anything else. You guys continue to walk forward. Marianne's now frowning, but she hasn't said anything.
Great.
You continue, and you make it to the most luxurious part of the palace that you've seen thus far. There's still not very many windows. If there are any, they're very small. Um, Probably maybe a foot or so, very narrow. Though as you look outside, it's nighttime. Um, you're not facing the side of the palace where any of the hullabaloo is happening, so you don't see anything crazy. You just see the outer courtyard of sorts.
Okay.
Mhm.
Can Marion sense where Louis is?
Are you asking me or you're asking her?
I guess I'll ask her. Do you know about how far we are from Louis?
We're coming up on his rooms now.
And is he in his rooms?
Oh, he is.
Is he alone?
Why do you say it like that?
When you ask if he's alone, she stops walking, and you see her like pause to like listen. It seems like you don't hear anything. It's actually dead silent to you all. Just he's not.
How many people do we sense?
2.
2 others or just him and another person?
2 others is beside him.
Ofume's going to lean into Cal and just go, okay, you also have good hearing. Is this a sex thing that we're walking into here? Or
Why are we so unserious about everything,
Are
bro?
you whispering to him?
everything?
Okay, so you're whispering to Cal in a hallway that is dead silent. So everyone can hear you, right? Is that like
Yeah.
understanding
Yeah.
correctly?
No. They're all talking to Marion,
Uh-huh.
and
In
while
her
they're
in her
having
head.
this
In our
conversation,
heads.
In our
Right.
heads.
oh,
So I'm clarifying. Are you whispering to Cal out loud in the same time that it is dead quiet in this hallway?
no.
You can. You can do whatever you want. You
So
can.
unserious, bro.
Uh,
It's important for whatever
no.
answer he's gonna
no.
give.
No, she'll just ask it in the group chat.
Okay. Cal and Marion at the same time answer. It is.
Oh.
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 Wonderful.
Okay, then he's caught Amelia in her head
Well, I mean,
is
this
gonna
is
be
the
like
perfect time to catch him off guard.
yeah, she's like gonna be like, well, at least he's gonna be caught unawares.
With his pants down, literally.
Mm.
Marion
Callie's gonna
super
like make a look at
disgusted.
Amelia and be like a scared like fear.
Amelia's gonna be like, idea in her brain, and she's gonna be like, what if Marion and Cal enter first, dispose of the other 2 members of this
Wait,
said
other
activity?
2?
Yeah. And
Marion says
then
dispose of or dispose of?
Whatever
Can you
you see
clarify?
fit.
I don't know what the difference
can do that.
is.
Do you want them
tone
to
is,
kill or
One is
just
unconscious and one is dead.
oh, get rid of them, kill them. We don't need them.
All right.
okay?
Wrong place,
He has
wrong
no problem
time,
with that.
babe. Wrong place, wrong time.
That's unlucky. All right.
And then that should allow you enough time for Louis to be spooked enough to
Can slice his
contain.
Achilles.
Okay, Bophomet is gonna do that. So,
I like this plan. All right.
all right,
The rooms are just around the corner.
Wait, do I
yeah.
have permission finally?
Yes.
Hold your blade. I'll let you
Ugh.
know.
I'll be
Are
in
we really
position.
about to kill these potentially innocent people?
They're
Yes,
not
Are they
innocent.
innocent?
Well,
Kelly.
We don't know if they're willing.
Kelly, they're literally in bed with
We don't know if they're willing.
a horrible person. They can't
They
be
get
a
not
great
horrible
character.
person?
what if they're forced?
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly. We're gonna kill them because they're forced to be in bed with him?
well,
We don't know that he
That's
got
it.
consent.
Why don't we ask them so very nicely, and then whenever we get that
If-
answer, we can act accordingly. How about that? Will that make you
God.
feel
If
better?
I'm not
Mm.
allowed to slice his Achilles, I feel like we should ask them at least if they were being forced into this.
So now we're asking the
Before
opinions
killing
of some
them.
random girls. Cool. All right.
How do you know they're
sure.
girls?
I don't know. I don't even care. I just want to go ahead and go in.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, fine.
This is a conversation subsetting.
These girls are being forced to
We don't know.
pursue-
Just okay. Can
We
we?
don't have the answers to any of these questions. Okay, over worrying.
Mm-hmm.
And before you guys go in, we're gonna
Enough
take a little
good.
break.
All right.
All right.
Are we taking a
Woohoo.
5-minute break?
We're taking a 5, guys.
Taking a 5.
Here,
All right,
yeah, get
guys,
it.
we'll be back at 10 p.m. welcome back.
We are back in business. Our ladies were just arguing amongst themselves so whether or not of the innocence of the individuals who are also in Louis' rooms.
Hmm.
You did decide that you wanted Cal and Marianne to go in
Pass.
first
Mm-hmm.
and to ask. Um, so that's generally what is going to happen. So Cal goes first because Marianne is just not enthused walking into this, but she's going to be next to go in. Um, he bursts open the door, um, and the first thing you hear is a bunch of screaming and swearing from the individuals inside. And he says, "Calm down, calm down. Put on that fucking robe. I don't need to see all that. Put it on. Sit down. Sit down." All right. Ariane walks in after. In your like mind group chat, she says, "You can probably come in. They're fine. If they try anything, I'll kill them." To all of you.
Okay.
Like, okay.
I guess we walk in.
Ofame will strut in.
Amelia will follow.
Yeah, same.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you go in. You see, Louis has sat, and he's the main one that Cal's looking at, like daring him to do anything, to try anything. Um, there are two girls there. They look terrified. Of the fact that mostly the fact that Cal is holding a very dangerous looking dagger directly at Louis' chest for the most part. Um, but they don't move. They don't run away. Um, Mariano just looks directly at him, and he says, "Look who comes crawling back. Have you checked in?" She doesn't even respond to him.
Hey there, Louie.
Hey
Nice
there,
to
bud.
see you. We kind of missed you back there when you kind of like ran away like a little bitch.
No, I came home, unlike certain other people.
I'm confused. Who didn't come home?
No, he just
Be-
went crying back to his mommy.
because I do believe you were insinuating that your sister didn't come home. However, she's here, we're here, so that doesn't quite make sense.
Mm.
Sounds like an old tired argument if I've ever heard one.
Either way, it's what the people believe. And they believe you a traitor. She doesn't say
And
anything. You see
how
her like jaw clench.
and how will they feel when they learn that you've lied and covered up the fact that your mother killed the king?
Well, they won't know that. And you gotta be careful saying things like that. You'll get you into some interesting situations.
She's not my queen, so I don't know if that's treason.
No, even worse. You're a foreign adversary. Hmm. When do you get tired of the threats? I never do. You know that. I'm not here to listen to you boast. No,
Is
no.
this where we kill him?
I love how you just sat here acting all Mr. High and Mighty when we know you don't have the favor of these people. You're hiding behind your mother.
Maybe not. But if I'm the only heir, they have no choice.
But
He looks
you're
smug.
not the only heir because you're not the king's son.
I am. And he like tries to stand up like he's angry and Cal presses the dagger into his chest so he can sit back down. And you see
You are
a
in
little
whose
drop of
world?
blood trail down. It doesn't matter. I was promised the throne,
But you are
and I
not
will
the
have it.
rightful heir.
You were promised the throne by someone who would lie to an entire country of people to get what she wants. And you think she would tell you the truth?
When will you understand you're just a puppet, Louis? You
When
on a
will you
throne.
understand you're a puppet?
No, no, no.
Marianne's talking
That
to
was
No,
you now.
that's
Marion.
Mariana's
Oh,
talking
I knew
to.
that.
Okay.
That was very. I love the backup for our girl though.
I love it. But they 10 toes down.
Mm.
But
We're
no.
good. We're good. We're good.
Like, you're just a puppet, Louis. You take the throne, and then she controls you for however long that you have it. Is that the life you want? Really? You will not dissuade me. I know what I want, and I know how to get it.
Yeah, when you've been brainwashed your whole life, that's easy to say.
Also, what is it that you want? A puppet throne to be ruled by your mother
He wants
for
to
the rest
survive.
of your life?
He kind of
He
like
would be able to survive better if he was out of from under her thumb.
he gives like a side look at Callie when she says that. Um, sorry, my cat's making noise. Um, um, but he doesn't say anything to address it. Says, so what are you here to try and kill me? Is that your goal?
Preferably.
And says, I wanted
Maim
to
you
give
a
you a
little bit.
chance, but it seems you're a lost cause. Again, says, I don't need your pity, Marion.
Amelia is gonna connect to only Callie.
Okay.
And she's gonna say, "You have a voice in this room as well."
Me?
You're not saying.
Uh,
You just seem to have some pity for him. Almost.
I just don't believe that. I don't know. I don't think it's a lost cause. I think he doesn't. He doesn't know any better. This is all he's known his entire life. He's lived in survival mode, and just out of wanting to be alive, he's willing to do anything his mother asks of him because she's said she's promised all these things to him, but I don't think she's going to follow through on a word she says.
No, of course not.
Right, but how do we.
Get him to realize that. He's also been
That's a lot of unlearning to do.
right, and he's also been his probably entire life been what's the word?
Manipulated?
No, the power she has to.
Oh, compelled?
Mm-hmm. She's been compelling him. So how do you break that?
Maybe, but I think also in a child who just wants
Acceptance.
acknowledgement
Mm-hmm.
from a parent, he gets it in whatever fashion he can. And for that, it's very cold what he receives.
Mm-hmm. So again, the question is how.
Time off man.
Tag me in.
Um, Amelia out loud is going to say she's gonna kind of like walk towards him a little bit and say, so you would consider yourself a nobleman, correct?
He looks up, like he points his chin up, like he's trying to um look as regal as he can, but he's obviously a little bit afraid. He says, I am.
Then you understand that there are moments that require diplomacy over aggression.
Your point.
That is what we are about to do. If you feel that you cannot conduct yourself as a nobleman, then we can have the aggression route. And she gestures to like Ophame and Cal and Sarah.
All of them who are ready.
We can, in fact, go that way. I'm just saying we don't have to.
Mhm.
So, if you would like to speak in a diplomatic manner, you
And
have.
finally have an actual opinion on something for the first time in your life.
Don't just say what you've been taught, but what you actually believe with the knowledge that you have. Are you able to do that, or should we go in the direction of, and once again she gestures to the other three?
Roll persuasion.
Oh god, fuck.
Ooh.
Can Ophme, can I roll intimidation to give her advantage? By, like,
I don't think intimidation's a good.
For
don't know that
this,
that
it's not a
would-
good mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to
okay.
choose one.
16 plus 8.
Ooh.
Big.
I don't know. Math.
Number.
Number. High.
24.
Above 20.
High number above 20.
24. Okay, sweet. 24.
Damn, not 21.
And
Okay.
it's not funnier than 25.
It's not.
No, it's not. All right. All right. This is fine. I can talk.
She finds a chair and like drags it over to sit in front of him. And then
Ladies doing.
yes, and
They're
then
just looking
she
terrified on either side of him. They
Okay.
haven't spoken. They barely even look at you all.
she's also
Okay.
gonna add chairs for Marion and Sarah, or Callie.
She was like, I don't need a chair. She's like,
I'm-
"No,
And then
no
the
chair."
three, I can
I'm
also see like
the
the
bodyguard.
aggressive
I
group
feel like we're
is just
just-
like behind, like
I
ready to
I'm-
go.
support.
I'm gonna look at the girls and look at and be like, do we have a problem here?
They shake their head like no really quickly.
And I'm gonna tell them that they're dismissed.
Okay. They start to run out. Marianne says, and if you tell anyone anything that happened here, and they just nod furiously, she says, go, and waves them off. And they run.
Amelia kind of like leans back in the chair to like appear more relaxed.
But wait,
Uh.
is Louis even decent? Like, is he sitting here just
No.
like
Yes.
butt
He's not
ass
sitting-
naked?
He's not sitting there dong out, but he's got
Okay.
he's got like a duvet over his lap. That's pretty
Okay.
much all he's got.
Okay.
He's bare chest.
Is
This
there
whole-
is there
for the
a
most-
robe in the room?
Somewhere you can look for it.
Okay, so
But-
he's gonna get
but
the robe and throw it
generally-
at him.
Generally, what's been happening is Cal's been standing over him with his dagger pressed in the very middle of his chest.
Mm-hmm.
And the one time he tried to get upset, it cut into him. So there was a little cut and a little bit of blood that came down, but the dagger's not in him anymore, and it healed. So there's that as well.
Yeah, so
Sarah finds him
Amelia's
a robe and throws it in his direction.
I could totally see that. Yeah, so Amelia's gonna like lean back, look a little bit more like relaxed, and say, is this going to be a conversation that is driven by truths or by opinions?
And we can force the truth if we need to, or are you going to be a willing participant in the truth?
See Marianne crook an eyebrow. Like, which one? What do you want? I'll answer to the best of my ability. He's tight-lipped. He seems angry, but he's overall calm.
Amelia's gonna like sigh, and she's gonna say, okay, truths that we know, because they have come from your mouth, no one else's. You are currently a bastard son of an empress who is looking to take over other lands, which empires typically do. And you are trying to usurp a pure blood line to the throne. Truth or opinion?
Truth. As you were speaking, you see that he has a nervous habit that he does where he rubs the stumps of his ring fingers as he speaks.
Other than your mother, do you have anyone in your life who you feel genuinely supports you?
No.
Then why are you allowing one person to dictate each of your thoughts and ambitions?
Because if I do not follow through with my assignment, I'll be killed as well.
And
And if we stop that, if we protect you,
You can live a normal life and pursue whatever you want.
better than normal.
You could be a prince.
I don't
He
know about
looks to
that.
Marion. When you say that if you were to alleviate the threat of the queen, he looks to Marion, basically in question. She seems to be thinking. So what, you kill mother, and if you take the throne, am I next? He says, do I need you to be next? He doesn't say anything to that.
here's what I know. There's an entire world out there that you have not experienced purely only because you are doing the bidding of someone else who would like to control you. Imagine if you could go about the world experiencing it truly for what it is, experiencing different cultures, different people who don't go into their homes out of fear or walk away because they don't see you. You could go places where people do not even know your name. You could become whoever you want to be. It doesn't have to be this box that she's put you in. Because it is a box, and boxes are still cages, Louis.
He's just sat processing this. um, Marianne speaks up. She says, I don't want to be your enemy, Louis. I never did. You made me yours, and I responded in turn. And he seems to get like angry, and you see almost tears. He says, your father tried to have me killed. He says, that was not me.
Just like she is not her father, you are not your mother. Which is why we're coming to you.
Look. If you accomplish this, I'm not even sure you can, then find a brighter future and all of that. I won't stand in your way, but I won't help you either. I'm no use.
Why
I
are you
don't
no
think
use?
you understand the sway that you have.
You
You
don't
walked
understand.
into a camp not 5 days ago, told people whispers of you, and they stood with you. And yet you feel like you are no help?
He keeps shaking his head. Just you don't understand.
Then help us understand. What are we not understanding here?
If she gives the word, I won't be able to make any decisions.
Your compulsion is that strong?
And he doesn't say anything, but it's clear meaning.
What
Well, it takes.
if we fought it?
Is there a way? Can that be done?
And Marion says, I mean, it depends.
I mean, I've been doing a lot of mind traveling lately.
And do you believe that this is an avenue for you?
I've seen the hills. I don't know what compulsion could look like, but that was pretty bleak.
Louis says, I wasn't even able to resist her, pointing his head at Marianne. His mother is far more powerful than her.
She is. But she's also made you believe that you have none.
Wow, that's touching.
That's deep. Where's the
You're getting
snaps?
deep.
We're in a therapy session.
Mhm.
um, if we can come up with something for that, fine. But I have very little belief in it, if I'm quite honest.
That's fair. You have no reason to fully trust us. You barely know us. But you do know your sister at least a little bit. And if you stop looking at her through the lens of being your enemy and rather your ally, I think things could look a little bit better.
Mm. I mean, you're looking at a potential group of 5 allies here, plus everyone we're with, as opposed to just one singular person.
And Cal. She like points to Cal.
He doesn't. He just kind of like shrugs because he put his daggers away. And he's still staring daggers at him. Um. Louis says, "Fine. I'll make myself scarce for now. If you can figure something out."
I kind of just wing it. Do you want to try?
You just wing it.
I pulled somebody literally out of the hills.
Cal
It's true.
says, "It
And he
usually
only
works
came
for
back with
them.
a
I don't know
couple of
how."
pawns.
I don't know. They keep just running into shit,
Mm-hmm.
and it
It's a
works.
curse.
Yeah, aren't we?
Mm. Could give it a go. What could it hurt?
Fine. For now.
I do have
Ryan's-
one request.
Mm.
Can you put on clothes.
Marion says, please. He says, fine. And he tries to like make a motion, like, can you leave? I do like the idea that you showed up to his bedroom while he was in the middle of some fun times and then grilled him and had therapy.
Yeah.
Oh, he was naked.
We're gonna
Just a
be
blanket
Oh, he
or
was
a
naked.
robe.
we're gonna be naked in multiple ways tonight, okay?
Oh no.
Buckle up,
We
Buttercup.
are bearing it all.
Literally.
Also,
God.
What's up?
Ofame is not going to leave the room for him to get dressed. She's going to keep eyes on him.
I
Okay.
figured Cal wouldn't leave either, but I'm gonna walk
Yeah,
out.
Cal's not gonna leave. He doesn't trust him long far as he's
Amelia is
grown.
definitely gonna walk out.
Yeah, Marion's out. She's like, I
Yeah,
don't want to
Sarah's
be here for
gonna
this.
And then probably what she's gonna do is she's gonna try and reach out to Magnus.
Okay.
Susie, I just spent the last hour in a room with a naked man, but I swear.
It's not what you think.
He just what?
Sorry,
What?
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 Fuck.
Excuse me? Okay. So you reach out to Magnus. It is around getting close to 10 at night in Sarlona. I'd say they're probably on the outer reaches of Formonsa at this point, actually, which is pretty fun. They're almost home. I'd say maybe they're a few hours behind, maybe.
Okay.
So it's still a
Aren't they
little
to
bit
the
of daylight.
east?
I don't remember.
I thought you said wheeze.
I'm 80% sure they're to the east.
They are to the east. You're right. They're a few
They're-
hours
it's a-
ahead.
Yeah.
But
So he-
Sarlona's also northwest, so it's like kind of like Alaska time.
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay.
know how that is?
So she could
Similar to
be
that.
like entering his dream state,
If he's asleep, yeah.
If he's asleep. Yeah.
his little
try.
or meditating, whatever he does.
His
Yeah.
magic library.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
The Midnight Library.
Okay. The Midnight Library.
That's whatever we call it.
I don't remember what you guys said.
Is the mind prison?
My mind palace.
Yes.
Yeah, Amelia is gonna walk through the shelves until she finds him, I guess.
Okay. You see him. He had just pulled a book off the shelf as he was looking, standing amongst the stacks, and he looks up and he sees you. He says, "Oh goodness!" And he puts back the book. He says, "Are you all right? Is everything all right? You're fine."
We're in Sarlona.
Okay.
Could you see if there's anything here about how to push against compulsion?
Hmm.
And then she's like looking around, kind of.
Instead of walking the stacks, he just kind of stands there for a minute. He looks off into the distance, and it's like the book appears in the stack next to him, and he takes it off the shelf. It's very thin. There's not much in it, but he does take it. He takes a look. Let's see. There aren't many with this ability. It's very difficult. Well, resisting seems to be harder if the target has been compelled several times in the past. It also bears the risk of breaking your mind.
Like the person being compelled?
Yes,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
There does seem to be a way to practice of some sort, resisting it.
What if the person who is trying to break it has help mentally? And she's like not making eye contact.
I'm gonna have to roll insight on you. Well, if that person were to help, it would help the target, but the person who is helping also runs the risk of their mind breaking should the target fail. I hope that this person is a figurative third party.
Completely hypothetical, dear.
Right.
Totally hypothetical.
Totally hypothetical. Literally would
Hypothetically.
never. You don't have a woman in your life who consistently tries to fix. That's
Everyone
not. No.
done.
Um. Do. Okay. And what if the person who is trying to help also has the ability to push against compulsion, is very strong, and can do that?
He looks back over the book. He's reading it, and he gets toward the end. He just shakes his head and says, "Unfortunately, there's nothing really on it."
Okay.
It does say that those who bear this power cannot use it against others who have this power, but it's very uncommon in general amongst these full vampires, as far as this is describing.
Okay. We're trying to get Louis some help.
You're helping Louis.
He's he's only a byproduct of what his mother has forced him to believe that he is. Doesn't mean he is that.
Okay.
Could there be
I
something
will.
that could be created to help fight compulsion?
I suppose you can try and have some type of psychic barrier magic of some sort, but it might have to be very strong depending on the power of the user.
Okay. I miss you if I haven't said it.
And are you almost home?
I hear you're trying
Oh,
to get the boy to go to school?
yes. I think it would be good for him. I think if he is also at the academy, then Lydia is more likely to stay at the academy.
So I don't know how much socialization Dante has had, so I would just maybe pre-warn some educators.
This is a good idea. And the only other option is to give him some job in the palace that won't be difficult, but I feel like he would bore of that really very quickly.
Also, check in on Jorah when you get back.
Jorah?
Hmm.
The man who flirted with you directly in front of my face, even though I was his boss?
He is innocent most of the time. He's struggling after the war and has been for quite some time. He needs purpose.
All right, I'll see what he's up to.
As if I could ever look away from you, dear. And then she kisses his cheek.
He like laughs, shakes his head, says, "Don't do anything foolish. I wish to see you soon, in person."
I have an idea, and potentially it won't put me as much at risk. Does that feel a little bit better?
It doesn't, but I know you will do it anyway.
Okay. Love you, dear.
Love you.
And then she's gonna kind of like step out and like dissipate, basically.
Okay. The rest of
Um,
you guys are in the hall, aside from Cal and Ophime.
when she comes out, she's gonna kind of like turn to Callie, and she's gonna be like, I spoke with Magnus to see if there was anything in his libraries of compulsion, etc.
Mm-hmm.
I fear there's a lot of potential to break my own mind if I enter his and he fails to press back against the compulsion. But
Oh, goodness.
what if we created something and you are the vastly complex mind and I have no ideas? But what if we fashioned something that could help almost create a psychic barrier for him?
Mm,
And
like
perhaps
something
Marion,
he.
and she like looks at Marion and is like, is there some way that you could help her understand what runes and magic would be best to implement?
It would also be easier to test having Marion help me. We could test whatever, like, it is,
Well,
Hmm.
the
I could
item.
I could definitely do the second part. I'm not particularly versed on the intricacies of magic. That's more Haynes' department.
So we could potentially also confer with her.
Can can we reach out to Haynes?
She like y'all didn't feel the call end, but now like it like
Mhm.
should probably say it again and then just be like, Hane, Marion has a question.
Nothing.
Oh.
Hayne? Nothing.
Oh, damn it.
I can only take one problem at a time.
What does that mean? What does it mean?
Um, uh, she could be
Could
asleep.
be sleeping.
Marianne's not doing too hot. She doesn't respond verbally or even in your mind, but you can see her start to pace.
Amelia is gonna say, "Wait, hold on, stop moving," and then she's gonna focus on their cord
Okay.
and maybe see something. I don't know.
Um, I'll make this a check of some sort. Let me see what it would probably be. I think this might be insight. I think I'll make the chords thing an insight from now on. 'Cause
Ugh,
it feels appropriate to me.
damn it.
Sorry.
Especially if you're wanting to get information out of it. If you're just wanting to
Yeah.
look at it.
Okay, wait.
Mhm.
17 plus 8.
Okay,
25.
Papa sis.
25.
Okay, so you're focusing on the chord. You definitely see it. Han and Marion's cord is like a braided cord of both like pure gold with leather. And it looks to be very strong. As you're able to look at it, it looks whole.
Okay. Amelia
You're trying to
she basically says like, okay, so I have this it was a gift from my goddess to be able to see relationships and connections between people, and yours and Haynes is goldish and braided. It looks strong and it's not severed. So I'm still very rusty and I have been given no direction on what things mean, but that could just mean that she's indisposed. It, it could also be like a wall or something. I can try and press to see if maybe there's something preventing me from entering.
I only
Which
understood about half of what you said. Go ahead. It's fine.
basically your mother is a super powerful psychotic bitch, so she could in fact be trying to put up a barrier into her mind by trying to control her. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Then perhaps that's what it is and okay. Long story short, she's not dead.
Okay.
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 Okay. And then Amelia's gonna try and like focus on her connection up there and see if like she can feel any like pushback or anything.
Okay. You push further onto this connection, trying to find the other end to see what you can possibly glean from it. Um, Beyond it, it doesn't feel like resistance of any kind. It just feels like malleable, like a person on the other side is um, not awake, unconscious in some way, like almost like a sleepwalking state.
Okay. Um, she's gonna focus and say, Hane, if you're not awake, that's fine, but you can still speak. I'll hear you.
Where are you speaking from?
Your mind, dear.
He's kind of out of it in this state.
Where where are you? Or where do you
Um,
last remember being?
I was on the front steps of the palace. Queen requested to speak with me privately. I wanted to say no and I couldn't. I agreed. And then I can't remember. I, I'm in a room,
Okay.
I think, that it's like an office.
Okay. Um I know you don't really have a choice, but sit tight.
Nothing. No
Yeah.
response to that.
Amelia kind of like comes back and she goes, "Okay, she's alive." So there's
Right.
that. Um do you have anything that she's ever given you?
Um, Ryan just like thinks about it. And she pulls out like a cord necklace, and on the other end of it is tied a very small, thin gold ring.
Oh,
Oh,
come on.
that'll work. um she's like she like looks around and she's like, of course there's not going to be mirrors in the hall. And then she like just
course
opens
not.
the door and she's like, you better be decent by now. And she's like looking around the room for like a mirror or something.
He's definitely got his pants on. His
Okay.
pants are on.
Um is there a mirror in the room?
Of course there is. It's a very luxurious
Wonderful.
space.
Because you look bonita. She's gonna go do
Oh, dear.
some.
Brian?
Yep,
All
scrying.
right.
She's scrying the hell out of it. And then she's gonna pull Marion over and be like, I don't know what this palace fucking looks like, so this is up to you. Then she's gonna like just do it.
All right. You describe. What you see is kind of an overview of this room. It looks like an office, like Haynes said. There's a large wooden desk. There is actually very big windows, which is surprising as you haven't seen any rooms like that really yet. Um, the most remarkable thing about it, aside from the general aesthetic that is pretty much the same as the room you're in right now, is a large painting on the wall. And on said painting is a man with long blonde hair, and he sat in a chair. And behind him is a woman who you've never seen before with dark hair, pulled back, and on his lap is a small child. Looks to be a small blonde girl. It's a painting that seems kind of older. And you look. The defining features. Marianne says, "That's father's. That's father's office. It's his study."
She turns to everyone and she says, okay.
Okay.
And then she's gonna look directly at Louis. And she's
Mhm.
gonna go, you remember that time when you said that you would be of no help? Can you be now?
What do you want?
If we need direction through the palace, would you show us where to go without denying us?
Does
If
Marion not
Callie
know
is,
where to go?
she does,
This is exactly where it is, yeah.
but that man needs help. And she like points at him.
Oh my god. He
And
says, fine, I can lead you there.
okay, Marianne, do you want to go?
Yes.
I feel like this might be a trap.
It
It
most
might
definitely
be.
is a
Probably
trap.
is.
Mhm.
But I'm
Most
not
certainly
not
is.
going. Are you going with me?
Oh, fuck. We literally have to decide between whether we are going to go with her to save Hane, potentially, or we have to like stay here for a second to like. No, we should go with her because without Hane, we really can't even make the ring.
No.
Okay.
Woo!
Also, like, where's Louis gonna go?
He's coming with us.
Oh.
You're dragging him
I
with you.
don't know if
I
he should
assume.
come with us if she has that level of sway
Compulsion.
over him.
Could we hold on. Could we sway it and make it seem like Louis quote unquote found us and is bringing us to the study
We could
to keep his, I guess, cover intact?
for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna look over at him to see if he what his thinks.
Because
how
your
it works.
mission was originally to bring Marion to the queen,
Oh.
correct?
Yes, but she never believed I'd be able to succeed.
So,
She knew I'd come
if
back and be
you
handed. So
succeeded?
well,
She
you could
did she
succeed
believe
and we
that
could
you were
use this.
going to
well, if we want to make it believable, Marion says, "No, absolutely not." Says, it's to make it believable, and it wouldn't kill you. You'd just be asleep. So she says,
That
"I
sounds
don't
like a
like this
bad
idea."
idea.
Uh-uh.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Maybe some handcuffs. We're not putting her to sleep.
Cal
If
says,
we-
"I'm sorry. Do you want to what? Temporarily kill her?" Louis says, "In a sense." And in that moment, Cal starts walking forward. He's like, "Hey, it wouldn't be permanent. Calm down."
Explain.
She says, "He wants to stake me
No.
so that I would be temporarily asleep, and that mother would believe that he actually caught me."
How
And I said,
long are you
"No."
going to be asleep
Oh,
for?
I don't
Well,
like this
also,
idea.
we would need to walk in with you, and you're not staking all of us, because that would end everything. We don't just go to sleep.
No,
Listen,
but we
the
could. Well,
reasoning-
no.
The reasoning is you all were compelled to be her god or friends or something. Some people close to her.
But would that not
And if
break
that
the
was
second that
true-
she
Can
was
I
asleep?
can I insight check him and see if he's trying to be, is he earnest in his
Go for it.
ploy? Okay. 19.
19. He's not lying. He actually thinks this is a good plan. Listen, if I just show up and say, "I found the princess and she came with me willingly," or "I subdued her," she wouldn't believe that in a second.
Okay, well, how long would she be asleep for?
Marianne answers, says, "Until the stake was removed."
Does it do anything to you to have it? I can't even believe we're entertaining this idea. Does it do anything to you negatively once it's taken out? Or do you return back to the way you were?
When I awake, I will need blood,
Fabulous.
which is why I don't like this idea.
I don't
I've
Mm-mm.
already
like it
said no.
either.
I thought we kept some vials
What-
from
oh,
somebody or something.
Wait, I have an idea. What if we broke a steak in half and secured it to her to make it look like she was staked?
Don't you think the queen can tell if her heart is beating or not?
Well, technically, she's a vampire. Do your heart
Does she
beat?
have a heart?
And then she like looks at you. We're all like, I have questions.
No, she'd be asleep.
My heart does beat.
But if the stake is in you, then you are temporarily not beating, correct?
Yes.
There's no way to fake that.
Because they can hear a
Mhm.
heartbeat.
Mhm.
Okay, well,
So
maybe
wait,
they
your
should
mother
just
said that
not.
you had to bring her dead
Dead?
No,
or
he wanted her
indisposed.
staked. Well,
But there's also
to
no way that
think
she would
so.
have willingly come with Louis.
She won't believe that for a second.
Hear about
Do you have the ability to compel?
I'm sorry?
Does Louis
said-
have the ability to compel?
No.
No.
If he did, he wouldn't be able to be compelled. Right?
Mhm.
Did I understand that correctly?
Well,
Yes.
yeah, he wouldn't be able to be compelled, or at the very least, he'd have more ability to like push against it.
Yeah.
I hear about the mission that your mother sent you on, the more I feel like it sounds like she wasn't quite expecting you to make it back to her.
I have made that clear to him before in a previous conversation.
A few different conversations, actually.
I just
Yes,
I
well-
feel like it just keeps coming more obvious, and I know
That
we
she sent you
recognize
on a
that.
suicide mission?
A fool's errand. Yes.
Again, one that I have already made him aware of.
Yes, you were right. Can we
Move on.
Thank you.
please-
That's what I wanted to
okay,
hear.
all right,
Yes.
yes.
Kelly's like,
Perfect,
wow,
thank you.
thank you.
Thanks,
My
I
favorite
was
words.
right.
I was right.
I was, in fact, right.
Oh my god.
Like perfect. See, that's all we needed. Let's go.
But wouldn't Mother be suspicious because you've been here in the palace all this time? He says she dismissed me. She doesn't know where I've been. I could have been anywhere.
It still sounds suspicious.
What,
This
that you're
whole
just
thing-
now coming?
Oh, hear me out.
You could say you
What
found
if-
us
No.
trying to break into the castle.
What if part of a really good lie is that
Has
it's
truth.
similar to the truth?
Right.
The truth is, she arrived at your bedroom attempting to, let's just say,
Kill
kill
you.
you.
Mm-hmm.
You fought back because you've recently hunted or whatever, and you were able to get a stake through her heart before she ended up killing you. Now, we would have to like beat you up a little bit because it's not like you would go unscathed.
Damn it.
However, would she believe that you could overtake her?
If I had just eaten, and Ryan says, and I hadn't. Maybe.
Well, when you're staked, I imagine you don't look great, so it could be believable.
We're
Also,
still run into the problem of the fact that she needs blood when she is woken.
Yes.
I thought we had vials of that somewhere.
She has a
We
I
do
do find it
sword.
incredibly interesting that we have skipped over the fact that I do not want to be staked.
How else do you propose we do this?
You just want to strut in to the trap that you very much know your mother is laying for you specifically?
And what do we do if she stakes you?
She wouldn't stake me. She would behead me. She wants me dead. I won't allow that to
And
happen.
what is the point of staking you?
So she comes in already incapacitated.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier to kill somebody
So
when they
then
can't
let's
fight back.
Go in guns blazing.
That's a
Lazy.
horrible idea. She could kill Hane immediately.
Or any of us.
Yeah, I'm actually horrified. No, I'm not.
We
And
are.
then she's like, of course I'm not. What? Okay.
What if? Wait.
Mhm.
What if? Where is
Mhm.
it? What if we make people invisible?
They can still
Slash.
hear our heartbeats. I've already
Mhm.
thought of this.
Okay.
Also, if you do recall, 4 nights ago,
Mhm.
a certain predicament.
Do I not have it?
Wait.
Shoot.
What predicament are we talking about?
When we were around thinking we
Oh,
had a meeting.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hmm.
Right.
Oh, when they were getting it
No,
on.
shush. Oh, God.
Marianne says,
Dang it.
no, I don't think we need to talk about that right now. What we can
I thought I
discuss.
had what's it called? Change person into different person. Disguise self.
This guy's self.
Oh, I do.
There we go. We could disguise someone as Marion.
If we
And what?
stake them, they are
We still
actually
have a
dead.
heartbeat. Could we
I
disguise
know where we could
Marion?
find a dead
Could
body.
we disguise Louis as Marion?
Can Louis be staked and still be alive afterward?
Marianne says, that's a great question.
Oh my God.
There's
Louis,
also a dead
we
body
don't know.
that we passed.
Yes, with one arm and no legs.
Yeah, well, if it's disguised self, can we not regrow those?
Ugh.
Also, he would have to be alive.
Yeah, he's
And
dead.
it's
No, 'cause
disguised
he wouldn't have a
self.
heartbeat.
Oh.
You make yourself look different. I'd have
What
to
if-
make myself look different.
Oh,
What-
okay. Well, we can't do that. Then toss that out.
Damn it.
It's a fun
Fuck!
idea. A little predicament. But it is 11, so we're going to
Yep.
pause there.
No.
Ah,
We'll revisit this planning session next time. All right. It was a great
Okay.
session, guys. I really enjoyed it. For everybody who is still here, thank you so much for being here. And everyone who was here, even though you probably can't hear me, love you lots. Thank you for even showing up. But yeah, so
Appreciate
we
it.
plan to still have our story-based sessions on Mondays starting at 8 to around 11. At the end, we want to start doing some like fireside chats with chat, just for any questions anyone has for our characters. I know we reference a lot of things. You probably don't know what's going on, and I
Mhm.
understand, and we are happy to tell you about it. Later on in the week, it'll probably vary. We'll pin down exactly when we want to start doing lore sessions. And what that will mean is I'll hop on here with one or more of my girlies here, and we'll just talk about lore. I'll have something prepared, but the chat and them, they are all free to ask me questions, and I will gladly answer because I'm a nerd. Other
The
than
more
that,
ability that she has to info dump about this world, the better.
Mhm.
Yep.
I love it. It's great. Keep in mind, I will not spoil you, but most of those things will be things from past sessions or lore that is from the current era, before the current era, sorry, of the campaign.
Mhm.
So no worries there. But you get to learn a lot. Yeah, and I'll hand it off to Scarlett for some of our housekeeping things.
Yeah, fam
There you
bam. One, we really want to thank you because this has been something that this group has been cooking up for probably a year and some change now. And we love the world of Formonsa. We have come to love these characters very dearly. And we hope that over time, the longer y'all watch, the more y'all come to love them as well. Once again, if y'all have any questions or anything like that, we will be creating a Discord probably this week, I imagine. And we'd love for y'all to come join us and get some of the world building stuff and nerd out with us about the channel, etc. Um, and so with that, make sure that your notifications are on, because whenever we go live with those little extra sessions, we definitely want y'all to come stop by and say hey.
Yeah.
If you would like, make sure that if you have not followed yet, make sure to follow so that you can get notifications when we go live. And we are really, really excited. This was super fun. We enjoyed it. And with that, we have a couple shout outs that obviously this wouldn't have been possible without the people present. But we also had a lot of people who were very willing to help us get started with this, get it going. And we are extremely thankful to them. So our first shout out is going to be to our wonderful friend, Grim Quests, who, if you are not following him, that man is an icon of lore and ideas. We encourage you to follow him and his channel. He goes live a couple times a week. He'll play some RPG games, as well as running his own Dungeons and Dragons sets. As well, our other friend, Verbal Hero, who's actually live right now for his birthday, so we will be rating him.
Happy birthday,
Um,
Verbal.
We encourage you to follow him, just because he's always been really supportive of this group. He's helped me a lot with some of the overlay stuff and making it look pretty. But Grim has helped me navigate OBS, and so with that, literally the stream would not be happening right now. So we greatly appreciate those people.
Love you, Graham.
We also appreciate every single D&D nerd who stepped in tonight, even if it was only for a couple minutes, because we know how special Dungeons and Dragons can be to people. So we love you guys. We're glad you're here, and we will see you next week at 8 p.m. Central. Does anybody want to say anything? I'm like, bye or something. I don't know.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.